Now, this is case number 428 on the calendar in the matter of Lambert versus Kedward. All right, you're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat, please.
Miss Lambert, you were having a romantic relationship with the defendant's husband.
Yes, Your Honor.
I assume this was the husband.
Yes, Your Honor.
This was about a year ago?
A little over a year, yes, ma'am.
Miss Kedward lost it with you one day, came to where you were staying, and assaulted you.
Yes, Your Honor.
She admits that she assaulted you. She also admits that she pled guilty to a simple assault, and she received a fine. Her defense to your action for damages for both your medical bills and your pain and suffering is that you weren't injured. She is counterclaiming for her medical bills, she says, because you've caused her a lot of stress. When did you meet Miss Kedward's husband?
About July 9th of 2005.
Where?
At my mother's house.
What relationship does he have with your mother?
They're the next-door neighbors to my mom.
Were they both living together at the time?
Yes, they were.
Well, when did you start a relationship with Mr. Kedward?
After he told me that he had asked Tammy for a divorce.
But they were still together?
Sort of, kind of.
They were still living under the
They were
same
living,
roof?
yes.
Big mistake on your part. Big. When did you start the relationship?
What exact date?
Yeah.
That it turned romantic?
Yes.
Was August 28th of 2005.
So it didn't take long. Now, when did Miss Kedward assault you?
On August 31st.
Tell me about it.
I was over visiting my mother. My car was parked in the back driveway. She came over and spray painted my car with some obscenities and bright orange paint. I saw her do it. We went back inside to call the police. She knocked on the front door, asked me to come outside. My mother came outside with me. She was yelling all kinds of profanities. And
That's not true.
And I was standing between her and my mother tried to explain some stuff to her, and I was looking at my mother. She reached over, grabbed the back of my hair, yanked me on the ground. She jumped on top of me, punched me, blood went everywhere. Meanwhile,
Punched you where?
in the nose, and then punched me again in the cheek. Meanwhile, my mother managed to pull her off of me, and my 82-year-old grandmother was standing on the porch calling the police.
And you were arrested?
No.
Taken into custody?
No.
Did you press charges?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Miss Kedward. Why don't you tell me what happened on the 31st of August?
I drove up from work. I got out of the car, and she came out of her mother's house and said
That is a
something.
lie, Your Honor.
Listen to me. I cut her off when she interrupted you. Don't speak until she's finished. Go ahead.
I got out of the car, and she came out of the front door and said something that I didn't understand what it was that she said. Nevertheless, she said something. And I just went inside, and I called my husband, told my husband that she was saying something to me.
But you didn't know what?
I didn't know what. It was
Well,
something.
why would you, just a second, Miss Kedward, why would you call your husband if she said something that you didn't understand?
Because I had found out 3 days prior that there was something going on between them.
Okay, did you confront your husband with it?
Yes.
And what did he tell you?
He told me the truth. He told me that they were having a relationship, but that it was more as a friend relationship, that he didn't say that it was not intimate. He just told me that basically they had been doing a lot of talking on the phone.
So when you came home on the 31st and you claimed Miss Lambert said something to you, called your husband, and your husband said what?
He said, look, I don't know what's going on. Why don't you just go over there and talk to her about it, and y'all figure it out, and then you call me.
Is that
and
what
tell
you
me
said
the
to her?
truth."
Why don't you just go over there and ask her? Just that's either a yes or no.
Yes.
That was the first time that I ever thought of going over there.
So your cheating husband tells you to go over to the woman's house and to talk it out with her.
Yes.
And you'd listen to him.
Well, it's not that I listened to him. It's more that I thought, go over there. Sounds like a great idea. Why don't I just go over there and find out exactly what she said? And it was probably not the greatest decision in the world. But
Well, first
it
thing that
happened.
you did, you went over and you sprayed her car because that you paid for, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you painted her car before you went to ask her
Correct.
what she had said that you didn't hear.
Right.
And then what happened?
I went over and
You sprayed her car.
I sprayed her car, went back inside and...
Back inside where?
My house.
What happened to speaking to her and about finding out what happened?
That was after.
So then you came out again, worked up a really good mad.
I was infuriated, to say the least.
Fine. So you came
I
out.
had asked her numerous times, very nicely, please leave my husband alone.
Why didn't you ask him?
I asked him.
So,
but
and
in
what did he
fact,
say?
She was the instigator.
Stand up. How tall are you?
6'3",
How much do you weigh?
260,
What do you do for a living?
mechanic.
Strong?
I guess so.
Can you walk around?
Yes.
You can walk away from her, can't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Sit down. Get what I mean? Shh. Get what
Yes,
I mean?
ma'am, I do. And
Yeah, listen. There's only one person that owes you the responsibility and the respect and has taken a vow.
You're exactly right.
That's him,
You're right.
not her.
I felt like if she had any compassion or any feeling that she would have backed off and she would have had respect, at least for my child.
He's
And
supposed to have respect for your child,
I understand that.
not her. He.
I truly believe that he did make a bad decision.
Right. But
She
so why
was
did you
the
go
one-
over? So you went over there, you assaulted her, and you lost it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, then you have to suffer for that.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You say I'm strong physically. What about mentally when you have a woman like this calling you all the time and not leaving you alone?
You don't really want an answer to that question, sir.
And later today,
You have a car now, Miss Ensler?
Do I have a car?
That's my question. Do you have a car now?
Yes, I have a car now.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Marcia Lambert claims her mother's neighbor, Tammy Kedward, owes for spray painting vulgarities onto her car and punching her in the face. Tammy claims Marcia was sleeping with her husband. She is countersuing for emotional distress.
Okay, Miss Kedward. What kind of consequence did the criminal justice system impose when you pled guilty to assault?
I had a fine of $341 and a Class C misdemeanor.
Tell me about the surgery that you had 3 months later.
I had actually 2 surgeries to try to correct. I was having trouble breathing through the right side of my nose.
Can I
Can
see
I
the
add
medical report?
something,
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
Honor?
Yeah.
She told my husband, he asked her the next day after the assault, "Are you okay?" And she told him, "It's no big deal. The same thing happened to me about a year ago when a girl hit me in a bar."
Okay.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Shh, just a second. Let's say that's true. What difference does it make?
So what's to say if she had any surgeries that it wasn't to correct what had
I don't know
happened
what she
then?
wants.
It's possible it was. That
I'm
doesn't leave
not
you.
sure
That doesn't.
exactly what she
Shh,
wants.
quiet. That doesn't let you off the hook.
I understand.
She doesn't have to sue for any medical expenses. She can just sue for pain and suffering.
I understand.
Good. Okay, so the first study date in the emergency room was September 1st, and it did say previous surgical changes are noted. Okay, so you had previous surgeries in your nose. Is that right?
From 92.
Okay, good. Now, after this happened on August 31st, did you continue a relationship with Mr. Kedward?
Yes, I did.
For how long?
It actually ended August 1st of 2006.
I don't think that's true, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
that's a bunch of bull.
No, you were at my mother's house.
Shh, shh, shh. Listen to me. Whether it lasted 9 months or 10 months or 12 months, it doesn't make any difference. It lasted beyond that. Was Mr. Kedward living with his wife during that time?
He went back to her the end of November of 2005.
Okay, but you continued the relationship
Right.
with him
Right.
months after that.
Right.
Not smart. What was he telling you all this time?
Just that he wasn't sure what he wanted and that they had a lot to work out if it was going to work and that he still loved me and he always would.
Well, Miss Lambert, why did you continue the relationship with him, madam?
It's not the first time she's done
I-
this. I'm sorry.
Takes 2 to tango.
Yes, ma'am.
His feet work in both directions. If he's back with you and sweet-talking her,
Thing
that's
about,
not a good
thing
thing.
about it is, Your Honor, you say I'm strong physically. I'm assuming that's what you're asking. You know, what about mentally when you have a woman like this calling you all the time and not leaving you alone? Yay. Hey.
You don't really want an answer to that question, sir.
Well.
You don't want an answer to that question, Mr. Kedward.
When I asked Miss Lambert to leave my husband alone, my words to her were, "For God's sakes, Marcia, I live next door to your mother. Please just stop."
She used very bad judgment.
She told me that she would be living next door to her mother.
Miss Kedward.
That's a lie.
She used very bad judgment, especially after he came home in November.
He never
To live with
really
you.
left home.
Don't tell me he never really left home. Stop moving around. You're making me seasick. Still,
Yes, ma'am.
he exercised very bad judgment. What he's trying to tell me is he may be strong physically, but mentally he's mush. That's just an excuse. What he's trying to say is, how can I withstand the wiles of Jezebel? That's ridiculous. If you bought it,
That was not what I
quiet.
was saying.
Quiet. There are all kinds of temptations in this world, madam. And you hope that when you marry somebody, that they're going to be able to withstand the temptations. And if they can't, it's their fault. It's not somebody else's fault. In any event, she's suing you for $4,000.
Yes, ma'am.
That, she said, represents her medical bills. You are clearly responsible for that. I want to hear about your counterclaim. You have 1 minute.
I went to the hospital that night and was in the hospital for 2 days following. I was extremely stressed out over the whole situation. I asked her repeatedly to leave my husband alone. She told me she would do what she wanted to do, when she wanted to do it. And I lost it. And I have to admit that
I'm talking about your counterclaim.
I went to the hospital and I was there for 2 days because of the immense stress that this, I don't even want to call her a woman, has put me through, that she continues to put me through to this day.
What about him? Why don't you sue him?
I married him for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in front of God, in front of all of our friends. And it's my choice to forgive him, and we have been through counseling.
Perfect. Listen to me. He's the one that owes you the responsibility of doing the right thing.
Me.
Doesn't she owe us to leave us alone?
I have.
Shh.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? Outside. Put him out.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Can I add one thing?
Yeah, sure.
I was under so much stress from the immoral actions of this person that I suffered a miscarriage. My child has had to be in counseling. I have had a lot of issues because of her, and to this day.
Because of them.
Yes, ma'am.
Because of them.
She instigated it.
Because you don't get it. You have to put it in your head. He owes you the responsibility of doing the right thing. She doesn't. He has a contract with you, moral contract and a legal contract. He violated the contract. And I would have very little sense of an obligation to mitigate your damages if Miss Lambert did not continue the relationship after November, when she knew that the two of you were trying to work things out. Miss Lambert fully understood that. From November until, she says, August of 2006, she continued a relationship with him. That's going to hurt you, Miss Lambert, because then you knew that what you were doing was interfering with a relationship, and there is a cause of action. It's a cause of action in common law called alienation of affection. That means you are contributing to alienating the affection of her husband, and you know what that's going to cost you? $4,000. So I rule in your favor on your lawsuit in the amount of $4,000. And I rule in your favor on the counterclaim in the amount of $4,000. Neither one of you are getting anything. That's it. Goodbye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
My husband was at fault for what he did.
I was too gullible to understand and see it then.
I can't help the fact that she went totally psycho.
She continued to try to alienate our marriage.
No, he continued to see me. On August 1st of 2006, he came to my mother's house at lunchtime, and we had a luncheon.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Mooney versus Enslin. Step forward, please.
Ian Mooney is suing his ex-girlfriend, Erin Enslin, for money owed on a lease for a Mitsubishi Eclipse. Erin says the lease is Ian's responsibility.
Mr. Mooney, this is your former girlfriend. You leased a car together. You got another car. Miss Enslin said that she would take over the lease payments on the car. She did. You broke up. She took the car with her. She drove the car for a considerable period of time. The lease was about to be up. The payoff was too much. She said, you can have the car back. I don't want it. You were forced to pay the payout on the lease, which, according to your complaint, was about $5,000. Miss Enslin says it was your car. It's your problem. That's your defense.
Yes.
When was the car leased?
October 6th of 2001, and it was leased by myself and Erin.
Okay, and how long did you drive the car together?
Until, I believe, February of 2004. Erin had found employment, and basically we agreed that I would get another car in my name, and Erin would take over the Eclipse and make the payments.
And you did that?
Yes.
For how long?
The lease was up 2006, October. I called him a few times a couple months before saying that I couldn't afford the car. It was really breaking me. So obviously there was no way I was going to be able to pay it off, and he just refused to take it off of me.
Well, but you had an agreement with him, Miss Enslin.
Yeah, as long as I'm driving the car, I'll pay for it. There were times where I called them and
that's
said,
not-
I don't want it. I don't want to drive it. It was never discussed of bringing back the lease and me paying it off.
Well, what did you expect
I'm not
to
even
happen?
on the lease.
Miss Enslin.
I'm a co-signer for the loan.
Correct.
I'm not on the title of the car. It's
But
not
you
my
are
car.
co-signer on the loan, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, you had this car in total. How long, sir?
The full lease, 5 years between the two of us. Erin had said that she had no intention of keeping the car yet. I have.
I believe she had intention of keeping the car as long as it was just like a
basically,
lease. I'm
sorry.
speaking, Mr.
Apologize.
Mooney. I believe that she had the intention of keeping the car and paying for it until it was no longer advantageous for her. You have a car now, Miss Enslin?
Do I have a car?
That's
Yes.
my question. Do you have a car now?
Yes, I have a car now.
What kind of car do you have?
I have a Dodge Spirit,
What year?
94.
Where did you get it from?
My parents.
Your parents gave it to you as a gift.
Yes.
When did they give it to you as a gift?
The October of this year. Last year.
So at about the same time that you said, I can't afford these payments anymore.
At the same time the lease was up for his car.
The same time the lease was up on a car on which you were a co-signatory.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Can I please see the payout?
This didn't become an issue until there was damage to the car, and basically she'd gone over on the mileage.
How was the car damaged? Miss Enslin, you don't know. How was the car damaged?
There's a scrape on the side of the car.
How did it happen?
I hit something with it.
Why didn't you fix it?
Because it happened right before the lease was up. And his girlfriend at the time was actually looking into buying it, and her dad owned a garage, so there was a point where we thought that they were going to fix it and buy it and just take it off of whatever she paid for it.
Who do you live with?
My boyfriend.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm an assistant.
Assistant what?
Assistant to a businessman.
What kind of business?
He's owns a small production company.
You mean theatrical?
No, music.
And what does your boyfriend do, Miss Enslin?
He's a writer.
And what do your parents do?
My mom works in a factory. She's an accountant. And my dad fixes the roads and works for the township.
How old are you, Miss Enslin?
25.
You have to grow up and stop being a baby. If you have a responsibility, you're supposed to take care of the responsibility. You're not supposed to stick somebody else with your responsibilities. You were going to assume the responsibility on the car until you decided it was too expensive a proposition for you to take it over after the lease. So what? You relied on your parents to treat you like a baby and buy you a car so you could get to and from work and not have to take care of this responsibility. You have to grow up, madam. Beauty fades, dumb is forever. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 306 on the calendar in the matter of Desi versus Stroop. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Miss Desi, you know this young man from high school. Is that right?
Yeah, we dated.
How old are you now?
I'm 19.
What do you do?
I work for my parents as a secretary, but I'm a full-time student
Where are you a student?
at Cal State University Bakersfield.
What about you, Mr. Stroop?
I actually work at a cotton gin. I do manual labor, and I go to school at BC,
What is BC?
Bakersfield College.
Who do you live with, Mr. Stroop?
My mother.
Just the two of you?
Yes.
Miss Desi's complaint says that she loaned you $270 that you said you needed in order to pay for a car payment for a car that belongs to your mother. You know each other from high school, so I assume you know each other for several years.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
And you're just friends?
Yes.
How did it come about, Mr. Stroop, that Miss Desi knew about your need for $270?
I came to a tough spot in my life.
Just a second. Just tell me how she found out that you needed $270.
I texted her and asked her if she would like to do me a favor.
What date did you text her?
I do not remember the exact date.
You
Your Honor.
remember?
It was between June 20th and June 22nd.
I'd like you to remember as closely as you can the words that you used when you text messaged Miss Desi.
I said, do you want to help me out? And she said, what? And I said, you want to give me $200? And I was joking around by saying so. And she said,
No,
let me
okay.
think about
No,
it.
just 1 second. You said to her in the text, do you want to give me $270? I'm just joking around?
I put,
Or is that what we call editorializing?
I put JK at the end of it, which would be an abbreviation for just joking.
JK is just joking.
Yes. Just
You better
kidding.
stay in Bakersfield.
Always.
What?
JK is just joking.
Well, right. That's why I told him he's got to stay in school. Just stay in school. Okay. So what happened next?
She told me that she would give me the money, and
Now, did she tell that to you text messaging, or did she speak to you on the phone?
she texted me.
That I'll give you the money.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
She told me to meet her at her parents' office, which I did. She handed me the money and said, there you go. I said, thank you, and I will try to make it up to you. And she said, okay, whatever.
What did that mean to you, Mr. Stroop? I'll try to make it up to you.
Meaning if I can do anything to pay back in any way, I would, because I hate borrowing money. There was no agreement or payment plan
No. Don't tell me. I make the judgments as to what the bottom line is. So you took the money and you said to her, I will try to make this up to you.
Yes.
How much money did she give you?
She gave me $270.
And what did you need the money for?
Insurance on my vehicle.
Did you tell her that that's what you needed the money
Yes.
for? I thought you needed it for your mother's car.
No, it was for my car.
Okay. Now, Miss Desi, tell me about your conversation that you had with him between the 20th and the 22nd of June, either texting or in person.
He texted me saying he needed to borrow money for, I believe he said in it, a car payment. And then I think I ended up calling him.
And what was the conversation, if you remember?
What I do remember is pretty much like, what do you need the money for? And, you know, when will you be able to pay me back?
And what did he say about paying you back?
He said he just started a new job, that he was going to be getting his first check around June 30th, a week and a half later, and then he'd pay me out of that check.
So then he came to your office and picked up the money?
Yes.
Did you give it to him in cash?
Yes, I gave him $270 cash, but before even handing it to him, I made sure that, you know, he agreed to pay me back.
Okay. Who is this person?
That would be a character witness on my behalf, because he's been around when it all happened.
Oh, good. Step up. Tell me your name.
My name's Chad Johnston.
At what point in this transaction did you make an appearance?
That night, me and Matt hung out.
Which night?
The night that she loaned him the money.
Thank you. You may have a seat. See how good that was?
Yeah.
Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $270.
Step out.
I think that, you know, she just wants to have control over something, and this is the only way she can find to do it.
Matt just was making up a lot of excuses.
There are no excuses. She know I don't work during summer because I have a hole in my lung and I have valley fever.
Told me that, you know, he was going to be dying from some illness. It's called smoking and drinking.
The most upsetting part about it is that the case got, you know, dismissed and settled because of a word.
Loaned.
The word that ended it was loan.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Hill versus Trasati Doherty. Step forward, please.
23-year-old twins, Brian and Rodney Hill, are suing former beach house roommates Samantha Trasati and Natalie Doherty for unpaid rent.
Who's Mr. Hill? Both of you. Hill. Who's going to speak for the Hill brothers?
I'll start.
Okay. Tell me your first name.
Brian.
Brian, where do you live?
I live in New York.
And where was this share house that you rented?
It was in Dewey Beach, Delaware.
All right. So this is the situation. You and your brother decided to rent a summer house and go something like this. You rent the house for how much?
It was around $20,000.
Not around. Give me the figure.
It was $20,350.
You have a contract?
I have the lease.
I'd like to see it. $19,845. Where's $20,350?
Oh, well, it was just what the taxes and stuff they added on the lease.
I want to see the lease. This isn't the lease.
That's the best thing they could give us for showing. That shows the dates that we had the payments due and that kind of stuff. That's the best thing the realtor could provide us to bring here.
How old are you, Brian?
I'm 23.
Brian, you have a lease agreement. This is not a lease agreement. Nobody rented you their house for $20,000, young man, without giving you a lease. A lease indicating what the rental was, how many people you were allowed to have there, what the term was, from when to when. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Brian?
I do. That's the best thing we could get.
Well, that's too bad. You come back when you get something else. Thank you.
Is that excused? You may step out.
Wow.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So this teaches you a very good lesson. When you come to court, you don't come to court with your ostensible good looks. You come to court with evidence. And not irritate me. It's a very bad thing to irritate me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Brian and Rodney Hill claim former beach house roommates Samantha Trasati and Natalie Doherty owe for unpaid rent. The defendants claim the brothers are being greedy.
All right, Mr. Hill, I understand from my clerk that you now have a completed lease. I'd like to see it, please. Have you ever been to court before, Brian?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
When I was 16, I was in court for driving without insurance.
Did your parents go with you?
Yes.
Being cautious with your answers. And when they went with you for insurance, did they bring the insurance card with them?
Yeah, and they let me go after that.
Right. So teaches you a very good lesson. When you come to court, you don't come to court with your ostensible good looks and brains. You come to court with evidence. That's what you're supposed to come here with. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And not irritate me. It's a very bad thing to irritate me. You all understand that, don't you?
Yes.
All right, so now let's start again. We're going to start off on the right foot this time, Brian, so that I don't think you're an idiot and you know who I am. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. You decided to rent a share house. You two boys leased it for the summer with the intention of subletting rooms in the share house to other people, a practice that's been going on, believe it or not, since I was born and since I lived back in the Stone Age. You rent a house for $20,000, and aside from other people, you leased shares in the share house to these two young ladies, and it is your claim that while they paid you some, they still owe you some as a result of their lease. The girls say that they have paid you. In addition, they say that there were other people in the house, friends of yours, who used the house various times during the summer, who slept in the house, who were not supposed to be there, and they assumed that they were also paying you money. Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Well, that also has been going on since the Stone Age. Now, how many people were allowed to be in this house?
The house was zoned for 8 people. Our landlord told us if we were to have 9 people in the house, it would be okay.
Brian, your lease provides for 8 people. You see, that's why I like to look at a lease. The lease says the maximum occupancy is 8 people. You do read, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to give you another rule of law. You don't want to be a lawyer when you grow up, do you?
No, ma'am.
Thank goodness for small favors. This is a contract. And when you have a written contract, you cannot discuss anything that goes beyond the walls of this contract and say, well, it was modified, we modified it orally. It says maximum occupancy 8, but the landlord told me I could have 9 or 10 people. It wouldn't be terrible. He'd let me. Can't do that. That's basic contract law. So if the landlord told you that you could have 9, then he has to put it in the contract. Do you understand? So the maximum number of people that you could have was 8. Okay. This rental property, let's say for easy math, cost you $20,000. Divided by 8. $2,500 a share. So far, is that correct?
Well, the shares that we had worked out were $2,100, and I can explain to you how we came to the $2,100. We took the lease amount, which was the 19 and change, and then we took the utilities, the gas and electric bill, and we divided that by 10. Now, the 10
now,
for
how can you divide that by 10? That's
well, that was
illegal.
because, well, Samantha wanted her own room because she didn't want anyone sleeping in a room with her, so what she effectively did was
Samantha, smart girl. Very, very smart girl, Samantha. All right, so Brian has already violated his lease because, according to you, you were going to have 9 people in the house plus Samantha's double share.
Yes, ma'am.
So how many people did you actually rent to?
It was 9 people.
Also, there was one other person who lived there for a month because I left a month early, so I sold the rest of my share to somebody because I left for graduate school.
And
so
what was that person?
His name was Chris. So he paired kind of like a third of mine because he came in and I had left.
What's your first name?
My name is Rodney.
Rodney, are you telling me that Chris was never there at the same time you were?
Oh, no, that's not true at all. He was...
Right! Because that's their complaint, you see. That's their complaint, that there weren't 9 of you, there were 10 of you. And when you originally divided the number of shares they were going to be, even if there were 9, which was illegal, you brought in somebody else to make a 10th person. And that person was there sometimes when you were there and sometimes not.
Ma'am, the girls had female friends that had practically moved in with them. We absolutely never said anything about
that. Did they?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they? When you say practically moved in with them,
2-3 weeks at a time.
2-3 full weeks at a time. Give me the name.
Erin.
Okay, her friend.
Natalie had a friend that would come every weekend.
Name?
Lauren. And then for quite some time, there was a girl that stayed in her room, and her name
Natalie,
was Erin.
who's Lauren?
Lauren is a friend of mine that came to visit me a couple times this past summer.
And I mean, I had no objections to it because she's welcome to me into her home multiple times. But they had people coming into this house almost every weekend from DC, from wherever. And I would say, oh, Brian, who are these people? They're weekenders. Don't worry about it. They're paying too.
So are you telling me that Brian told you that they were paying?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
When you had your friends visiting, were they paying?
No.
All right. Go ahead.
What we did was we had weekenders who would come in and they paid like a very reduced rate, and we used that just for the house, to keep the house up and running, to pay our TV bill. We had TV's bills that were $300-400. We had them pay that. We are absolutely not interested in nickel and diming our friends. We put up the money for that house solely because 9 of us wanted to get a house, and we were the only people that were able to do so. We had absolutely no interest in getting money out of this.
Brian, let me explain something. You cannot do that. You cannot unilaterally say, I am going to modify the terms of our lease agreement, whether it was an oral or a written lease, for 9 people and say, well, we're going to have 15 people in total. Some are going to be weekenders. And I'm going to use that money to defray any other costs that we might have. Let's say we want to throw a party or two. Let's say we want to bring in beer, we need some liquor, or we need some other stuff. That money will defray those costs. You can't do that. Your agreement with them doesn't give you that right. Now, how much money do you say that the girls owe you, and how much did they pay?
Samantha was up to $42 for her 2-person share. She gave us $3,500. We were asking her for another $7. And Natalie, having given us $1,650, and we were just asking the difference between $20 and $100. When they left for the summer, they said, no problem, we'll pay you. Just ask our dads. Our dads will just write you a check for it. No problem. This is what they said. They said, my dad will pay me absolutely, whatever I owe, my dad will pay it.
Good. Let's start.
Interjection.
Natalie,
my father died when I was 13, so it's obvious I never said that.
I'm sorry, Samantha, I'm sorry.
Natalie, how much money did you pay them in total?
I paid him $2,000.
You have proof of that?
I have a check that was written between my grandmother and my aunt, and then the other $500 I gave to Elise before the summer started, and the other $500 I gave in a cash payment over the course of the summer. I believe it was in June.
Did everybody pay you in check or check and cash?
No, hardly any checks. It was almost all cash, always cash.
Do you have any record of payment?
No, ma'am. We just assumed that we would all, I mean, we weren't running a business. We were just 9 friends.
Well, now you're running a business, so how can you sue if you don't have a record of payment? She says she paid you $2,000, which means at most she owes you $100.
Well, I mean, that's not true, but...
Oh, my initial reaction was perfect. You say you owe him $100?
Sure.
Okay.
If I must, then I...
Well, you owe him $100.
No, okay.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Next. What about you?
I paid a total of $4,000. I have record of $3,500, which I paid before I moved in.
So, what about the rest of the money?
I paid in cash during the summer.
Show me the record. I assume you don't have a record of Samantha's either. So you say at most you owe $200. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you. When you paid your $2,000, tell me the way you made the payments.
First off, it was $250. I believe it was like, I decided that I would definitely live in the house probably the beginning of April. Okay, my apologies, Your Honor. Beginning of April, $250 to Elise. I said, please give this to Brian and Rodney. They live next door to her. Passed it on, supposedly. Then another $250 a couple weeks later, $500 down. Then I went and saw my grandmother, saw my aunt, and they said, of course, we'll be willing to help you. Wrote a check from Elizabeth Harris to Rodney Hill, $1,000. Paid
so far we're $1,500.
Yes.
Okay, and
then by the end of June, at the very latest, another $500 in cash, just from money that I made as being a waitress over the summer.
Okay, and you paid $3,500 that you can prove?
Yes.
That you can prove?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
The $500 they've both exaggerated beyond what we said they paid is entirely made up.
If you're going to be in business, you have to keep records.
You're quite right.
I know I'm right. Thank you. If you want to be in business, you have to keep records. Your brother just told me he doesn't know. He thinks that they gave you so far $1,650. It could be $1,500. Maybe it's only $1,500 that she gave you.
Your Honor, I can actually say she didn't give me $500, which is why I don't believe she gave the $500. She actually gave me $750. So I do not
So instead
believe...
of $500, she gave you $750.
Yeah. So if her records are incorrect there, I don't see how she could say that.
Okay,
she
Natalie.
Actually,
Natalie,
Your Honor.
sit down.
How does...
Sit down. Sit. And speak not. Natalie, you owe him another $100.
Okay.
Samantha,
yes.
You owe him $700 because you do have records of $3,500. And anybody who has records of $3,500 has the records of the rest. So next time, don't go into business, guys. You're not smart enough. That's all.
Parties are excused. Yes, case number 324 on the calendar in the matter of McDonald versus Pittman. Spicer has been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated.
Ms. McDonald, you don't know what happened on this day with the car, is that right?
Not besides what my daughter had told me.
Your daughter was driving, but
Yes.
the car is in your name,
Yes.
so you're the one who wants the defendant to pay for the damages
Yes,
on the
ma'am.
car. But your daughter's a big girl. She makes her own mistakes. She's going to stand up and you're going to sit down.
Do you mind if I stand up in between these two? Because he's caused so much turmoil with our family.
Oh, he's not going to make any problem.
Okay.
You see this guy? Squash him like a bug.
Okay.
You understand that, Mr. Pittman?
Yes, ma'am.
Or you keep an eye on Mr. Pittman, because Miss McDonald will feel more comfortable if you do that.
Sure.
Thank you. Ms. McDonald, it is your claim that the defendant backed into your car when he was angry. Mr. Pittman says that you rear-ended him. Mr. Pittman used to be your boyfriend?
Yes.
How long was he your boyfriend?
Almost 3 years.
And how old are you?
17.
And then when the two of you broke up, he started dating, or even before, I don't know how it happened, but now he's with your cousin, who was 15 and pregnant. How wonderful. I assume that the pregnancy is a result of your relationship. Is that right, Mr. Pittman?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
20.
And what do you do to support yourself?
I work for one of my friends.
Doing what?
I'm a foreman, construction foreman.
You work every day?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do you earn a week?
800.
And who do you live with?
My parents.
Pay rent?
No, ma'am.
What do you do with your money?
I put it up for my kid, and I'm buying clothes and all that. Insurance, phone bill, just I pay bills with it.
You have another child?
No, ma'am.
So this is the child that you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Do the parents of this 15-year-old who you got pregnant want to put you in jail?
No, ma'am.
Oh.
She allowed me to date her.
Dating her is one thing.
I know.
You know, dating, you go out to eat, you go to a movie, you go ice skating. You know, there are lots of things you can do other than make babies with 15-year-olds, Mr. Pittman. Who are these people?
My mom and my witness.
You didn't give them a good enough lesson in the facts of life. Okay. Tell me when this incident happened with the car, Miss McDonald.
On Friday, August 11th of 2006.
Tell me what you were doing near Mr. Pittman.
It's a parking lot where a bunch of people hang out on Friday and Saturday nights.
And you knew he was there?
I didn't know he was there until I pulled in.
At that point, he was already involved with your cousin?
Yes.
You were angry about that?
Yes, very.
So you pulled in and you saw his car. Was your cousin with him?
Yes, she was.
And what did you do?
I noticed that
No. Look at me. Don't look over there. Look at me.
I noticed that he was there, so I pulled up beside him.
Why?
Just...
Come on.
I was going to talk to him. I pulled up and she was with him. So I confronted him.
Well, what did you say to him?
Because he also was still calling me every night, wanting to be...
Shh, just a second.
Wanting to still be with me at the same time as being with her. And I felt like she needed to know that too.
Well, why did you choose that time to tell her?
It was probably the only other time I would see her.
Yeah, you could have called her on the phone. Could have told your mother. Your mother could have called whoever her mother is and said, listen, this is not a good situation. So you went into this parking lot and there was clearly going to be trouble. So when you say you confronted him, what did you say?
I just, asked him why. Why is he doing this to me? Also wanted to be with her. He needed to choose one or the other.
And then what happened?
We got into a small argument. He then pulled off, and I pulled off behind him to leave because I was so upset. And it's
So
those
if he
cars.
pulled off to leave, he wanted to get away from the situation. Why did you follow him?
I wanted to leave. I wanted to go home. I was upset.
Oh, why didn't you wait until he left?
I was just so upset. Didn't know what to do.
Go ahead.
And whenever he pulled off, I pulled off behind him. He hit the brakes, so I hit the brakes too. He threw his truck in reverse and backed into me, and then pulled off and left.
He wanted you to leave him alone. Miss McDonald, he wanted you to leave him alone. Is that a fair statement, Mr. Pittman?
Ma'am?
Is that a fair statement?
Yes, ma'am.
So?
Someone I knew called the police for me, and they came and did a police report and an incident report, which I have a copy of, along with pictures of the damage. And then Monday, whenever my mom got home and we started filling out to file with his insurance company, she then told me that my witness, Dana, who was her coworker, had overheard her talking to some other people at work, and she was actually there in the parking lot Friday with her son.
Perfect. Just stand up, please. Dana, you have a last name?
Morella.
What were you doing in the parking lot?
Me and my son were just up there eating,
and we were out in the parking lot looking at all the cars. They have a lot of the nice cars that my son likes to look at, the Nopi cars, and we were just out looking at the cars when I noticed that a big black Bronco just backed up into a green Jimmy. At the time, I did not know that it was...
You drive the big black Bronco?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so he backed into her.
Right.
Okay.
And that's all I seen.
Thank you. Let me start with you, Mr. Pittman. It was wrong for Miss McDonald, not smart of her, to confront you and your girlfriend in the parking lot on August 11th. It was wrong for her to follow you after you tried to leave, because you don't know what she's doing, whether she's going to follow you, whether I mean, you have no idea at this point, because you were leaving and she wasn't finished yet. I want you to understand that I am sympathetic with that. I'm not sympathetic with you, but I'm sympathetic with that. Now, all I want to know from you is, did you back your car into hers?
No, ma'am.
You better have very strong, convincing evidence, Mr. Pittman, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be responsible for all the damage on her car. I'm telling you that right now, because I find that even if you did back into her car, she's partially responsible for what happened on that evening. Do you understand that? He was trying to get away from her. She was acting like a nut. She's a kid, and she was acting like a nut, and he was trying to get away from her, and she wouldn't let him. So even if he did say, listen, I'm going to back up into her, I'm not going to hurt her, but then she's going to stop, it was sort of justified under the circumstances. So she is partially responsible. Do you understand that, young lady? So you better be able to convince me that this lady who was in the parking lot with her son is lying to me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
After she got through with me, she started on my fiance. She says, well, you know, I hope you and your baby die at birth. That's her exact words.
And later today,
he squired you around town, bought you lots of things, and this was merely a payback. Is that right, sir?
Yes.
When did you start dating Prince Charming?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 17-year-old Michelle McDonald says her ex-boyfriend, 20-year-old Chad Pittman, purposely rammed her car with his truck. Chad claims it was Michelle who rear-ended him.
Okay, let me hear.
Your Honor, me and my friends and my fiance was up there at Kmart, and we were minding our own business talking to some of our friends.
Oh, my heart hurts me when you say fiance with 15 years old. Go ahead.
And she come flying up next to us and parked next to us, and then she started on me, and she just started arguing from the start.
Of course she did. I got it. I understand that. It's exactly what she did.
I was shocked. I was embarrassed, you know, because here it is, a bunch of old people were in front of me, and she just come out of nowhere. And after she got through with me, she started on my fiance, and she got an argument with her, and she's like, Michelle, you know, I love you, you're my cousin and all, but I don't need this right now. I'm 3 months pregnant. So she says, well, you know, I hope you and your baby die at birth. That's her exact words. So she looked at me and she said, I don't need this. So we crank up, we leave, and she starts following us. And I look back to her. My top was off my Bronco at the time. I looked back at her and I said, don't follow us. And I started off again, and I went around a median. As you see over there in the visual, I went around the median, and I went to stop again because she was still following us. I was going to get out, you know, go talk to her, you know, I'd be like, Michelle, look, we don't need this. You know, your cousin, my fiance, she's pregnant. We don't need this. So I went to get out. As soon as I put it in park, she hit me as we was going around the turn. She hit me in the back. So I'll go ahead and get out the truck. She backs up, pulls up next to me, and I don't remember exactly what she said, but she said a few things, and she left. And I looked at my Bronco. There was no damage that I could see. So I got my Bronco, which is private property, you know, so I didn't think that could have to be done anyway. So
Did you
I left.
see this lady in the parking lot?
Oh, ma'am.
You work together?
We used to work together.
When?
She left at the end of August.
Do you live near each other?
No.
Have you seen each other since work?
Once or twice, maybe.
Just good. Yeah. Okay. You have a witness?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to hear your witness. First, let's start with your name.
Robert Drew Norton.
Go ahead.
We had the top off the back of the Bronco.
Were you in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
How many people were in the car? 3 of you?
There was 2 in the back, 2 in the front. And we parked at the meeting, as you see over there. And she pulled up, slammed brakes as I was talking to my friends on the other side of the Bronco. And she started yelling out like all the stuff he said, such as, I hope your baby dies at birth. And she said we don't need it. And then we left, and then she pulled off behind us. We ran around the median, and he went to stop and tell her to quit following, and she hit us. And then she pulled off and said something, and then went flying out the parking lot beside Kmart. And then he looked at his truck, and then we left.
Okay, now I'd like to see the pictures. You work?
I work at Chicken Run.
Okay, good. Ever been in trouble with the law?
No, ma'am.
Uh-huh. Well, if he backed into you, madam, he certainly didn't back into you square on. This indicates that you had damage just to one side of your car. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now you can stand up next to your daughter.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Yes.
After she left, there was no cops called. They were called 2 hours later, and one of my friends up there called me and told me this happened at 8:30, 8:45, because I called my mom when I was on the way home, and I don't live but like 15 minutes from there. So it was 2 hours later before she even called the cops.
Go ahead.
The cops were called immediately. There was a 2-hour delay before they got there because there was a shooting in the area, and they apologized. There was nothing they could do. They got someone there as soon as possible.
Miss McDonald, I'm not satisfied that Mr. Pittman, although he clearly suffers from a lack of good judgment in other social areas of his life, hit your daughter's car. I'm not satisfied he did that at all. I think that your daughter was furious that night. I think that she got into the parking lot expecting to see him there. She saw him there. She confronted him. She confronted him in the car with her cousin. She was so angry that when he chose to leave because he didn't want to hear her vile talk, she followed him and she hit him. And that she can't do. And I don't believe your friend. Sorry. And believe me, if I felt that Mr. Pittman was responsible, at least even partially responsible for hitting the car, I would have held him partially responsible for fixing the damage to your car. This whole incident was precipitated by your daughter. She has to bear the responsibility for it. And the responsibility involves fixing her car. Your car. That's all. That's what she has to do. She has to get over him. He's no bargain. You'll find somebody else. You
That's
got it?
not a problem, ma'am. She was supposed to take out a warrant from him, but would not do so. For
A warrant for what?
For aggravated assault is what the police officer told us.
Well, let me tell you something. It's a good thing she didn't, because if I were representing him, I would sue her civilly, because what she told you is a fib.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She had no business being in the parking lot that night. She had no business confronting him, and she had no business following him.
And later today,
You don't look happy, Mr. Smith.
This is my everyday appeal. I always have this MO.
You just have a half-empty appearance.
Yes.
Okie dokie.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 17-year-old Michelle McDonald says her ex-boyfriend, 20-year-old Chad Pittman, purposely rammed her car with his truck. Chad claims it was Michelle who rear-ended him.
Miss McDonald, he did not hit her car. She hit his car, and she had no business being in the parking lot that night. She had no business confronting him, and she had no business following him. And you have to accept the responsibility for that and not blame other people. You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. That's all. Case dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
We're glad it's over with. We hope that she can go on with her life.
I think this is so wrong because he did back up into her. She was not following him.
I still care about him, and that somebody could just do this, it hurts real bad.
She's just really angry about, you know, it being the cousin.
She was sorry, but she loved him.
She lost out, I guess.
Didn't want to hurt me, wanted the best for me.
I just hope she betters herself, you know, no hard feelings or nothing.
I've realized I'm better off without him.
Hope she moves on with her life and move on mine.
The family's a big fallout. There's no communication at all, no contact at all.
I've got so much more in my life now without him.
Oh, it's done and over. I don't see them. I try not to run into them.
This would be something that's run our family for the life.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Elfman versus Smith. Step forward.
23-year-old Teresa Elfman is suing her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old Marcus Smith, for loans to pay traffic fines and to renew his driver's license.
Miss Elfman, this young man used to be your boyfriend. You claim you made a loan to him by paying off some car fines in order for him to be able to drive. Mr. Smith acknowledges that you paid off the fines. He said there was never a loan. This was a gift. He squired you around town, bought you lots of things during the course of your short relationship, and this was merely a payback. Is that right, sir?
Yes. It was.
When did you start dating Prince Charming?
The beginning of June. We met through mutual friends.
And when did you advance this money to him?
The end of July. July 21st and the 23rd, I believe.
Are those dates correct, Mr. Smith?
Sounds correct, yes.
Do you want to be here, sir?
I don't know. I'm here.
You don't look happy, Mr. Smith.
Nah, this is my everyday appeal. I always have this MO, you know. So,
You're a scowler.
nah.
You look angry.
Yeah.
You wear contact lenses?
No.
You just have a half-empty appearance.
Yes.
Okie dokie. What was the money for?
He had some fines to pay in order to, before he got his car, and so he had to pay some fines in order to get his license back, so we asked for the loan.
What did he say to you?
Teresa, can I borrow some money, please? I'm getting a loan. He was getting a $7,000 annuity check from his union, and I actually helped him write the letter to get that, and I knew he was getting money, so he asked before that so he could get the car could go into his name, and so I said sure, and he's like, I'll give it back to you in installments, or actually he was going to give it back to me when he got that check from the annuity from his union.
What kind of annuity were you getting from your union?
I was borrowing money for my annuity.
Why?
Because I just had got out of jail and needed transportation. So I took out $8,000 where I can get an automobile.
What kind of union did you belong to?
Carpenters.
So you were working full-time?
Yeah, I was working full-time.
So you were going to take out the loan, but you needed the money before that?
Yeah, I needed the money before then. I already purchased the car, I just couldn't get my license reinstated.
So tell me what you said to her.
I just asked if I could borrow a couple of dollars.
Right. Look what you said. Look how easy you made. So that's, you asked her if you could borrow a couple of dollars, and she said what?
Yes. How much you need?
Good. How much do you need?
Yeah.
How much did you tell her you needed
However
to borrow?
much I needed to get reinstated to get my license.
Okay, and she took care of that, right?
Yes.
And how much was it?
It was $700 I had loaned him. I'm just suing him for the stuff that I actually have proof for that I paid for him.
Which was?
Which was to the RMV of $530 for one check, and then the second check for $60 to the Registry of Motor Vehicles as well.
Okay, so $590. So, Mr. Smith, there you go. You said, hey, Teresa, can I borrow some money? She said yes, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Have you been cheated? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Mr. Smith, it's so nice that you're being so cooperative. I read your answer, and your answer said there was never a loan. This was just a gift because I took her around and I spent close to $1,000 on her. I never asked her for anything. She did it on her own. So it's really nice of you. I want to tell you that it's really nice of you because everyone's...
I'm a generous person. I'm not, you know...
Listen to me. Every once in a while, somebody comes here and makes my life easy. Doesn't happen often. But every once in a while it does. And Mr. Smith, I want to thank you for that. I thank you, Bert thanks you, my husband thanks you, my grandchildren thank you. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $590. That's all.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Just out of nowhere, just like this. One day we were together, the next day we weren't.
She's having withdrawals. She's dope sick.
I don't know where that came from. He knows very well that I'm not.
Calendar the matter of Johnson versus Fidelis. Trials have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Johnson, did you ever hear the expression when you were growing up, good guys finish last?
Yes, I have heard it, and I found that out.
You're the good guy.
Yes, I am.
I don't necessarily think he's the bad guy. Let me see if I can explain to my comrade over here what this case is about. You had an employee,
right?
A woman.
Yes.
What kind of business are you in?
I'm in the plumbing business, service and repair.
And what did this woman do for you?
She answered telephones and did some light office work.
And then there came a time when she was arrested.
Correct.
What was she arrested for?
With 3 felony drug charges.
And she asked you if you would post her bail.
Correct.
And here's where we get the good guys finish last. You said, okay.
I didn't say okay right away. She called me 6 times begging to get me out, begging to get her out, and I wasn't going to do it. Then she said, look, I'll sign my car over to you if you get me out. I said, are you sure you want to do that? I says, okay, I'll get you out. So I didn't think there was going to be that big of a deal. It did turn out to be a big deal, though. So
you posted the bail and with this gentleman?
Mr. Fidelis, yes.
And how much did you have to actually give him in cash?
It was $2,515. The bail was $25,000, 10%.
And that means that if she failed to appear, since you are saying, I will vouch for her, you would have been responsible for the entire $25,000 if she chose not to appear.
Correct, that's the way the contract is written, yes.
Is that correct so far?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Bare bones. And subsequently, she was terminated from her job.
Correct.
You got nervous.
Well, she became...
So you called Mr. Fidelis.
Correct.
And what did you say to him?
Well, I told her, I said, the only reason I'll go to the bail bondsman right now to have you put back in jail is because you don't have any place to go outside the state of California. She goes, oh, yes, I do. And I also know the state of California would never come and extradite me. And I advised her the financial risk I took in getting her out of jail. So after hearing this, I then contacted Mr. Fidelis about this. I want her back in jail. I want out of this bond. And on the 28th...
Just a second. We're not...
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Don't get ahead of me.
Okay.
So you contacted Mr. Fidelis. Mr. Fidelis did not pick her up.
I did not pick her up, Your Honor.
And that caused you to hire an attorney.
Correct.
To go to court and make a motion to have this bail forfeited. Plus, you had to lose days at your business because
Correct.
you went to several court hearings.
Yes.
And you want Mr. Fidelis to pay you back for your legal fees and for your lost time at work because he didn't pick her up and get you off the hook. That's what your lawsuit.
Basically, yes.
So you contacted Mr. Fidelis, and Mr. Fidelis said what?
He agreed to pick her up. He signed a document. He and I both signed it on the 28th of June.
Can I see it, please?
Your Honor, I did not agree to pick her up.
Just a second, I want to see the document that he says you signed that you would pick her up. This is a request for
Correct.
surrender of defendant.
Correct.
And release from liability, and it says that you have information that would lead the court to believe that there is increased potential for the defendant's flight. You signed it, and he signed it.
Correct.
Where does it say here that he agrees to pick her up?
He agreed verbally that he would...
Just a second. He doesn't say here that he agrees to pick her up.
I understand that document there, yes.
Okay.
But he did tell me, in this letter that I did address to him, that he would have his people pick her up. Okay, he agreed. He quoted me a fee. I asked him what it was going to be. It's going to be $500 to $600. He says, fine, pick her up. I'll pay it. He never would. He had me sitting around the office with her because I wanted to be there, make sure she was there, so there wasn't going to be any problems.
What date was this?
It was signed on the 28th. On the 30th, I called him to notify her that she could come, that he could come pick her up, which he never did. He kept promising he was going to pick her up. Here's bail agent.
Just a second. You said to him on the 30th, he signed this, and you signed this.
It was signed on the 28th.
And then on the 30th, you called him and said, well, come pick her up. She's in the office.
Right.
Just a second.
I'm sorry.
And what did he say to you?
He told me that he was going to contact his bail agent and that he would have her picked up. I kept calling him about every 30 minutes asking, why are they here? He would never call me back, and then he promised me he was going to come personally and pick her up and take her into custody before the day was out. He never showed up.
Okay, now what happened on that day, sir, the 30th of June?
I don't recall that day, Your Honor. On the 25th...
25th of what?
The plaintiff of June, 2004.
I'm talking about the 30th, 2 days after you signed this request
Nothing
for
happened
surrender.
that day, Your Honor.
Well, he says that he contacted your office several times.
No, these are all false statements that the plaintiff is making.
Okay. Did you know this lady from any previous time? Had you ever had any
No, Your
previous
Honor.
dealings with her?
No, Your Honor.
She was a stranger to you?
Yes.
What did you tell Mr. Johnson when you signed this?
If at any time she showed she became a risk, at any time, you would have to justify and give good cause to surrender her over to the court. Now,
Just
good
a second.
cause
How did you tell him to do that?
by picking her up himself and surrendering her over to the proper authorities.
Did you tell him, just a second?
Yes.
Did you tell him that?
Yes,
that he
I
has
did.
the right to take her by the arm
Yes.
and bring her to court. You
Yes.
told him that?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
No, you didn't. You know, I can tell that because you looked at the floor when you said that. I don't believe it, and I don't believe that it's even appropriate for somebody to grab somebody else by the arm and say, I'm dragging you to court. I can just imagine what would go on in this town if that happened. It would be a free-for-all. So he's
Your
saying
Honor.
listen to me, he's saying to a professional, I want you to pick her up.
I cannot, Your Honor.
Fine. Then you have to tell him what to do.
And I did. I gave him all the information. By the laws of the state, he could have done whatever he wished at that point.
Then what does this say, sir? Then what is this for? What is this surrender document
The
for?
surrender
Just so
document-
that you're on alert for something?
Your Honor, that document is a standard document that is required when and if you surrender the defendant over. He did not show good cause.
Just a second. He did not show good cause
For the surrender of the defendant.
To whom?
To myself.
Ah, here we go.
Yes.
Well, we're going to get there. I want to tell you something. We're going to get there to where I want to be, whether you like it or not. We understand each other?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what you're saying is what he told you about the conversation that he had with this lady was not sufficient in your judgment to pick her up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ah, right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The judge on the same date issued a bench warrant for her arrest with $50,000 bail, sir.
Yes.
If she wasn't required to be there, he wouldn't have issued a warrant for her.
And later today,
Have a good time at your prom? Yes. You paid $428 for 6 hours. Now you're suing Mr. Ginsburg for $5,000. You want to explain that to me, Mrs. Drew?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Clifford Johnson says bail bondsman Michael Fidelis owes for attorney fees and lost wages. Clifford says when Michael refused to surrender a bailee, he had to hire a lawyer.
Now, in June, did she make a court appearance?
Yes, I actually have the docket showing she made over 9 appearances, each and every time over a 7-month duration.
Did there ever come a time she failed to appear?
No, she did not.
Is that correct, sir?
No, it's not correct. She failed to appear on December 1st, and I have the court document where the judge issued
May I
a
see it,
$50,000 warrant for arrest.
Let me see both documents, please, Bert.
Right here, highlighted.
On December 1st, bail was exonerated. That's when you had a lawyer come in with you?
They posted the day before with the court.
And he has bench warrant issued.
Warrant, Your Honor, if...
Bail is set at $50,000, mandatory appearance.
Well, Your Honor, she had hired private counsel, and her presence was not required on December 1st. That's why the bond was exonerated and not forfeited on December 1st. If she was ordered to appear on December 1st and she was not present, the bond would have been forfeited, not exonerated, regardless of the motion defense counsel, the third party for the plaintiff, had filed.
The judge on the same date issued a bench warrant for her arrest with $50,000 bail, sir.
Yes.
If she wasn't required to be there, he wouldn't have issued a warrant for her.
Then why wasn't she detained on December 16th?
I don't know, sir, why she wasn't detained on December 16th.
That's obviously an error of the court.
All I'm telling you is a bench warrant was issued for her on December 1st. Your problem, Mr. Johnson, is that after June, when you requested that he pick her up,
yes,
she appeared June 17th, July 19th, August 2nd, September 20th, October 13th, November 2nd. She appeared on all those dates.
She sure did.
She sure did. Well, you got a problem, sir. That's why nice guys finish last. She did make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 appearances before December 12th.
Your Honor, from the attorneys that represented me, they told me that there's a California law that requires...
Listen to me. You cannot tell me what the attorneys told you. That's hearsay. And what I'm telling you is I'm trying to be reasonable with you. I don't think that he's being honest with me as to what your conversations were with each other, and also initially whether or not he had a responsibility to act on your information. But if I look at the objective data, Mr. Johnson, this defendant, not this defendant, but this defendant did in fact make 6 court appearances. And you had the ability during each of those court appearances to go in, to hire a lawyer, do the exact same thing as you did on December 1st and say, listen, I have this information and I don't want to be responsible for this bail anymore. Ultimately, the case was resolved.
She was sentenced to jail.
Ultimately, the case was resolved. She pled guilty, but she did in fact appear on 6 other court dates.
She barely made 2 of those court payments.
Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson, nice guys finish last. Don't postpone for anybody anymore. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. This is crazy.
What I think is the real motive is he has something going on with her.
No, I do not. I personally think, after speaking with the defendant in the criminal case, that he wanted something more than an employee-employee relationship.
He was calling her, trying to get her to go out and date. On a date is what he was doing.
I do not appreciate his defamatory and slandering comment.
There are other girls in my office that told me this stuff. They overheard conversation between him and her.
I explained to her, I have nothing to do with that. You need to appear in court when you're ordered to and finish your case.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Rue versus Ginsburg. Step forward. Case number 1 on the calendar in the matter of Walker versus Noble. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats.
Mr. Walker, you and the defendant leased an apartment together. Is your claim that the defendant locked you out, she kept some of your property, and in addition, she showed around a private letter which caused you embarrassment?
Yeah.
The defendant says that you, in fact, broke the lease to the apartment. She is countersuing for your share of 4 months' rent. She said that she did not lock you out of the apartment. So when did you sign this lease?
It was September 22nd of 2001.
And how did you know the defendant?
I used to work with her, and we were friends.
So tell me when this problem started, around Christmas time?
It was around Christmas time, December 21st of 2001. I had received a phone call, 3 o'clock in the morning, from my mother, stating that she was sick and that she wanted me to come down there to be with her.
Where does she live?
She lives in Virginia.
Where is this apartment that you were living in?
It's in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
The only thing I took with me was my clothes. A few days later, my mom got better, so I was going to come home, and I received a phone call from Josie stating that I'm no longer allowed in the house because she thought I moved out.
How many days later?
It had to have been like 4 or 5.
In the month of December?
In the month of December.
No. Okay. Had you paid your share of December's rent?
Yes, I was paid up until January.
None of that is true at
Just
all.
a second, I'm going to get to you in a minute. All right. How much was rent?
It was $240. I paid $240 a month.
Josie, give me your version of what happened.
Let's see, December 20th, I spoke to him on the phone, and I asked him if he had his share of the rent money. And the whole month, I was letting him go with just giving me $40 a week, and we'll just take it up from there, and he'd make it up to me at the end of the month. And when I talked to him, he said that he spent his share on presents. And I never once said that he could never come back to the apartment.
Let's just you're getting ahead of yourself. You're getting ahead of yourself. Now, what happened? He said he left December 21st. What happened?
He left in the night. I never heard a phone ring at 3 a.m. I would have woken up. He would have woken up.
Well, who's he?
He is my my ex-boyfriend. He was there at the time.
Okay, I don't care whether you heard a phone or you didn't hear a phone. You woke up December 21st, and
I woke up. Well, he woke up to go wake Jamie up to go to work, and he found this note that Jamie left.
Can I see it, please? Did you write this letter?
No, I did not. That is not my writing.
Oh my God.
I have very sloppy writing. That is not my writing.
Do you have any other writing of the?
I have the copy of the lease that he signed, and I don't know about that.
Well, but he's printing this.
There should be a signature one right above my signature.
Oh, I see. Yes, you're right. I think you wrote this.
I did not write it.
I think you wrote this, Mr. Walker. I'm just looking at the way you not only signed your name here, but printed it on your lease. It's exactly the same as the printing on this. Yes, it is. Okay. So you left.
Yes.
What items do you claim that Miss Noble kept of yours?
Well, she has a computer.
Well, you wrote here the computer is yours, too. You can have my last paycheck. Give this to Dawn as proof. And you also wrote the computer is yours, too.
I did not give her the computer.
Well, that's what you wrote, sir.
But I didn't write that, I'm saying.
Oh, I think you did.
Well, she has a desk of mine, too. A bed. She has some books, CDs.
And when did you try to get back into the apartment, Mr. Walker?
It was right after I got back.
Okay. And you're on the lease?
Yes, I am.
Then you should have been let back into the apartment. Did you go to the police?
No, I didn't know I could.
Of course you did. If you have a lease to an apartment, you're on the lease.
The landlord wouldn't let me back in there either.
No, you go to the police. Put your hand down. I didn't ask for you. You know that you can go to the police if you're locked out of your apartment. Come.
And they had the locks changed, too.
So what? The police go, they knock at the door, they say he has a lease to the apartment, he has the absolute right to be here, to the apartment. You were ready to go home in a couple of days. You go home. So I don't believe you, sir.
He didn't go to Virginia. I have a receipt from my cousin who sent him money while he was in York, PA.
I don't care where he went. I don't believe him. You want to tell me the second part of your lawsuit, sir? Second part of your lawsuit is about a letter.
Yes. Miss Noble had gone through my room with all my stuff, and she had found a personal letter of mine, and she had given it to one of our co-workers, and in which in turn that co-worker had took that letter and spread it around work and customers too.
Tell me about that letter.
After he left that note, we waited a little while. He cleaned out the room, Jamie's room, and we found this little red binder. It said, "Don't go through it." So we're going to go through it.
Of course.
And he found the letter, handed it to me. I read it, got a kick out of it, and the girl that I showed, he was going around saying that he slept with her, telling nasty stories about her, and it's like, she wasn't my best friend, but she was like a coworker, and it's affecting her reputation. So we invited her over, we showed her the letter, she said, "Can I keep it?" And I didn't care, and she kept it, gave it back. I don't know what I did.
That's why, Mr. Walker, if you honestly wanted to get back into your apartment, and I don't know where you went, because you had valuable things in there, things that you didn't want shown around, that's why you go to the police and you get all your stuff. When, for the first time, did you decide to get back your stuff?
It was right after I got back.
No.
Which was what month?
December.
In December? So what did you do?
I called her and
So
I
what
said,
did you do? Did you go to court in December? Did you go to court in January or February? What'd you do?
No, I waited because
Why?
she said she was going to take me to court first. And I never got anything back, so I filed
Why
the
should
case.
you? Listen to me,
Because she said she was going to.
Mr. Walker. You're not an unintelligent person, are you?
No.
You locked out of your apartment, you go to the police, you say, "I have to get my stuff, my computer, my private
He
stuff."
was
I
never
went
locked out.
away in the middle of the night to help take care of my ailing mother.
He was never locked out. I didn't get the locks changed until about a month ago.
Not even,
And
not even like
what,
2 weeks ago.
what happened was he left a note in my mailbox telling me to call him on a cell phone number. And I told him, "Why don't you just give me like $500 and I won't go to cops and I won't go do all this stuff so I can get the rest of my money back," because I really wanted to avoid this.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It doesn't give her the right to spread it around work. That's my personal information.
I showed a girl that you lied about.
And later today,
Show me. Well, what do you think you were coming here for? Waltz lessons?
No.
Show me where you had paid off the bills.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jamie Walker says former roommate Josie Noble owes for the return of his belongings. Jamie also says Josie defamed his character.
Go ahead.
May I say something to that?
Who are you?
I'm Sarah, Jamie's friend. He's staying with me at the current moment.
Sure.
On the date that Miss Noble is talking about, when she had called, it is my cellular phone. She was really rude to me, ranting and raving about different things, saying that she was going to harm Jamie and that she was going to have
What did
people
she
after
say
him.
she wanted?
She wanted to talk to him. She wanted to talk to him now, and I said, well, he's unavailable at this moment. He had called her back, and they had talked about it for a couple hours, and
I was at work for a couple
It
hours.
was like an hour, approximately an hour.
Yes.
They had worked out to where she had said that he could not come get his things. She had also had called me before on my cellular phone telling me that, wondering where he was at, and told me that he was not allowed to get his things and that they were hers now.
That was not what was said
Can I
on the
say
phone
something?
at all. At all. I called there and...
Whatever. I don't know what this letter said. I don't have this letter, unless somebody has a copy of the letter. Do you have
I
a
have
copy of the
proof
letter?
that it was about, what it entailed.
And it was left in your house?
It was left in the apartment, yes.
Right. Which I find that you left.
But that doesn't give her the right to spread it around work.
No, no,
That's
no.
my personal information. May I say something?
I showed a girl that you lied about.
You
Yeah,
may
she
not.
was
It doesn't lend anything. Neither did her statement lend anything, but I thought maybe it might.
I was there a lot, like around through everything that happened, so.
Spare me, will you please? He is suing for the following: for the return of his property. What personal property? A computer?
A computer.
A desk?
A desk. A
You have his
bed.
desk?
He doesn't have a desk. All there was a little nightstand thing.
It's a stand.
And a bed. And a couple books were left.
Fine. Where are those things?
The stand is still in the apartment, the bed is still in the apartment, and the books are still there.
Great.
I have my
Great.
videos too, and my CDs.
What about his movies?
There are no CDs. There's probably like 2 movies I think I still might have, but no CDs. Nothing.
Okay. So what I'd like you to do is get the boyfriend to help you pack up his bed, his little nightstand, his books, and his videos. Pack them up. Put them out on the front of the house 5 days from today's date. He has 3 hours, from 12 to 3. If you're not there between 12 and 3 to get your bed, your nightstand, your books, and your videos, she has the right to get rid of them. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now let's get to the issue of the rent.
Okay.
You left the premises, and I find that you had no reason to leave the premises. Even if she locked you out, you had the right to get back in there, and I don't find that she locked you out of the residence. So from the time you left in December until the time she found a roommate, you are responsible for half your rent.
Can I say something on that?
Yes.
Her ex-boyfriend now, he was living with us from the time that he moved, or that we moved into the apartment, until the time that I left. And after that, I know he was still staying there, as I know of.
When you moved in September, was he living there?
Yes.
So that you knew he was living there?
Yes.
So?
But
that was your arrangement in September. He didn't move in afterwards, right?
Right.
So stop complaining. You have to pay until she... Who was your new roommate?
She just recently moved out. She was my cousin's cousin.
And how many months did she live there?
4 months.
When did she move in?
Or 3 months.
When did she move in? I don't need her name.
March.
So the month of January and February, is that right? He wasn't there, and then you had a roommate in March. Is that right?
Because he was gone for 4 months before I got her to move in.
Doesn't sound right. $480 is what you owe her. Do you understand?
Yes.
However, we're holding the $480 until you get your property, which is going to be on the order. Do you understand?
I think she might have only been there for 2 months or...
Fine.
So
that's still only 2 months. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. I don't care whether you agree with it or not. Do you understand it? That's all.
But he was...
maybe I shouldn't have went to go visit my mother.
He's such a liar, and so is she. Nothing but a bunch of little lies, and I'm so glad that they're out of my life.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Fair versus Wharton, step forward, please.
21-year-old bank representative Jessica Fair is suing her ex-fiancé, 23-year-old medical equipment repairman Neil Wharton, for his share of a joint loan. Neil is countersuing for a lost engagement ring.
Ms. Fair, you and the defendant were engaged to be married, and there came a time when you and the defendant became inundated with bills, credit card bills, etc. So you went to your mother, and you asked if she could help you out with a loan so that you could clear up all of your debts, and you would pay her back. You and the defendant would pay her back. Is that right?
Yes.
And your mother gave you $8,000.
Yes.
Then you and the defendant broke up. The engagement was off. Now, you're not seeking half the money from the defendant, but according to you, you're seeking only the amount of money that was attributed to his bills, his personal bills that were paid off from this loan from your mother.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes.
Mr. Wharton says that there was never an agreement with him and your mother for this loan. So far, is that right, Mr. Wharton? And he is counterclaiming for the value of the engagement ring, which he says was never returned to him.
Yes, ma'am.
Who was present when the discussion of the loan came up with your mother?
There was numerous discussions of the loan. There was a point where all three of us had been there.
Do you remember discussions about this loan to pay off your bills?
No. She had told me that she was going to seek help for her bills from her mother. I didn't know anything that had anything to do with mine. But as far as us, all three of us sitting in a room together, no.
Did you have substantial credit card bills?
Yes.
How much?
About $3,000 worth.
Now, when Miss Fair's mother agreed to make this loan, were your $3,000 worth of bills paid off?
I do not know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Exactly that. I really don't know.
Well, you get statements from your credit card company.
No. She called the credit companies and said she was filing bankruptcy and had my mailing address, and everything's sent to her.
Well, did you ever pay those bills, sir, the $3,000 worth of bills?
I have been paying them off, yes.
You have been?
Yes.
Show me.
I didn't.
Show me. Well, what do you think you were coming here for? Waltz lessons?
No.
Show me where you had paid off the bills. Do you have bank statements showing me that you have paid each month towards paying down this $3,000 worth of debt?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Why not?
I don't.
You want to show me proof that you paid off his credit card bills?
Yes. On the front is a spreadsheet showing everything that he owes and account numbers linked to either him or jointly, and some pay stubs with the bank statement.
What was purchased at Samuel's Jewelers?
My first engagement ring.
What happened to that?
He has it.
Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Xerox Credit Union, is that you, sir?
It was a consolidation loan. When we split, she decided she was going to take that loan, and I was going to take a wedding loan that we took out for $5,000.
What was that used for?
It was to pay off her other ring that she got.
That's not true.
Well, what was it used to pay off?
I believe we paid the DJ, and we put a down payment on the reception hall. The consolidation loan actually paid off the ring.
Is that right, sir?
Not that I know of. I believe it was with the MBNA wedding thing that we took out.
Have you been paying on that loan?
On the MBNA, yes, I have.
You have proof of that?
No, I don't.
Did he take over that loan, $5,000?
I am still receiving statements on my part saying that the loan is past due, so...
Are you also a co-signatory on that loan?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you in trouble. Now, Miss Fair, what happened to the second engagement ring?
The second engagement ring...
Look at me.
I'm sorry.
What happened to the second engagement ring, Miss Fair?
The second engagement ring was purchased in April 27th, 2 days before my birthday. We financed it jointly, and I paid that with the consolidation loan.
So I'm asking you where the engagement ring is.
I lost it. I don't have it.
I'm not sure if I believe that, Miss Fair, so you better tell me the truth. I'm going to give you one more opportunity. If you have an expensive piece of jewelry, what you usually do is you insure it. So you want to tell me where it is?
I honestly don't have it. When we split, I was giving him back both of his rings. I gave him back the original engagement ring. I couldn't find the other one.
That's not his fault. Did you make any payments, sir, on the consolidation loan?
We were paying from a joint bank account.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
So he actually paid for part of the ring?
Yes.
Okay. And how much was the entire ring?
I have a receipt for it. It was $2,144.63.
All right, Miss Fair, listen to me very carefully. I believe that Mr. Wharton is responsible for his own bills, and since he does not have any proof that he is currently paying off on this $3,000 credit card debt, I find that the $3,000 that you actually paid off of his credit card debt, he should be responsible for. And from that, I am deducting half of the cost of the engagement ring, which is $1,072, leaving a balance of $1,928. For that, I am issuing...
Versus McCullough. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. McCullough, you are one of 6 children, is that right?
That's correct.
And this is your mother?
Yes.
According to what I read in your complaint, your parents were divorced.
That's correct.
And subsequent to the divorce, your father passed away.
Yes.
At the time that your father passed away, he was residing in what had been the marital home.
Yes.
As soon as he passed away, your mother moved back into the marital home. Half of the marital home belongs to your mother. Half of the marital home, according to her, belongs to the 6 children.
Yes.
It is your claim that your mother has some property that belongs to you, has some property that belongs to you and your siblings that was property of your father's that she either kept or disposed of, so you're suing for that. And also for the cost of legal fees, because you say that she filed a restraining order against you, things got so heated, and you want those legal fees paid.
That's
right?
correct.
Okay. When were your parents divorced?
Several years prior to...
Let's not go there. If you don't know the answer, say, I don't know when they were divorced. When were you divorced?
2001.
How many years had you been married?
27.
And you had 6 children?
Yes.
Do you have a copy of the judgment of divorce?
Well, I have a deed that says if that will help, a deed that says that I'm owner of half the house.
Let me see the deed. Was that pursuant to the divorce judgment?
Yeah, that half the house, half the property was his and half of it was mine.
Why did your husband remain in the marital home?
Because he was sick, and I told him he could stay there.
Was there a will?
No.
Did you speak to an attorney after your father died?
I contacted an attorney who suggested that the house be put in probate. So the house was put in probate. My mother disagreed with the probate from day one.
Why would you want to put the house in probate, to have it sold?
Because we didn't know what was happening with his belongings.
What belongings, sir?
All of his belongings.
Like what?
Pictures on the walls, couches, entertainment centers, computers.
You mean furniture?
Furniture, not only furniture, but I was concerned about my belongings also.
Let's not talk about your belongings
Okay.
yet. Let's talk about the furniture in the house.
Okay.
Had your father refurnished when your parents separated?
Yes, he did.
Is that right?
He bought a couch, 2 couches for $35, both, at a thrift store that he furnished. And then that's the only thing he put in the house. And then the entertainment center, which was a gift from his niece.
So we're not talking about $100,000 worth of furniture.
No, ma'am.
What personal belongings of yours do you think were in the house?
A weight set, a mountain bike, boxing trophies. We had lockers in the house, Your Honor. My dad had lockers built for each individual kid. And that's where we kept a lot of our personal stuff.
Did you ask your mother for your things?
Yes, I did ask my mother for my things.
And what did she tell you?
I couldn't get none of my stuff.
What? Let me hear.
That's not true. I have some letters here from the probate lawyer asking him and asking all of them to remove their stuff.
Can I see it, please?
And there's 5 letters here.
You received a letter that was dated April 8th, 2004, correct?
Yes.
And the letter is from an attorney that says, please come and get your stuff. And if you don't come and get your stuff, they're going to dump your stuff. And since you and your other brother are prohibited from going to her house because there was a restraining order against you, you were supposed to make arrangements through Mark. Who's Mark?
Another brother of mine.
Or someone else to have their belongings identified and removed. Did you do that?
I tried to contact him to find out a day and time to do that. He said he'd call me back. The guy never called me back.
Why didn't you have the attorney that you spoke to, Mr. McCullough, contact the probate attorney for your father's estate and say, listen, my client has been trying to get his stuff. He can't make an arrangement. Or is there another agenda here that I am not figuring out? And I somehow believe that there's something cooking here other than your baseball jacket and a couple of trophies that are in a locker. You want to tell me what it is?
What it is, Your Honor, is I thought that I would be able to get my stuff.
I'm not talking about your stuff. I'm saying this has to do with something other than your stuff that was in a locker, a baseball jacket and a couple of trophies. It had to do with something more than that, probably something that had to do with money, because you wanted your mother to sell the house, right?
No, I didn't want my mother to
Well,
sell
then
the
why go to probate if you didn't want your mother to sell the house?
What it had to do with was not only my stuff, but my father's stuff had gotten removed from the house. The day she moved in, she brought her stuff in. There wasn't room for both of their stuff in the house. So she started disposing of his property. And not only his property.
How did she dispose of your father's property?
Dump.
Is your mother crazy? No.
No.
You think she would dispose of stuff in a dump that was worthwhile, that she could have sold for some money? Of course she would have. So she took the stuff that was junk and she got rid of it. So what are you complaining about?
It was junk to her. We never got offered none of this stuff. She never said...
Okay, you mean she took it upon herself. Your mother took it upon herself to decide what was junk and what was good stuff, and you felt that she should have consulted her children. She should have consulted her children about that before she got rid of it.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about.
Yes.
Get over it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You think it was easy for your mother to raise 6 children with a man who had problems with drugs and alcohol?
No.
Grow up. Your mother has not had a very easy life.
And later today,
he said that it's his pull and he's going to get it clean the way he decides.
He's absolutely right. He doesn't have to deal with your 2 guys. He's already dealt with one person who doesn't have insurance.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Mario McCullough says after his father died, his mother, Belinda McCullough, threw out property belonging to him, his siblings, and his deceased father.
You have a life? Do you have children?
Yes, I do.
You have a wife?
I'm engaged.
You're engaged, but you have children?
Yes.
Are you engaged to the mother of your children?
No, I have custody of my children.
Okay. How old are your children?
My daughter's 7, going to be 8.
Yeah.
And my son's 5.
Okay. And you make judgments with regard to things?
Yes.
Is that right? Without consulting them, right?
Yes.
Because you are their what?
Parent.
And how old is your mother? Do you know?
No, I don't.
You don't know how old your mother is? How old are you?
53.
Your mother's 53. She raised 6 children, right?
Yes.
And when she and your father separated, was your father ill?
Yes, he was.
What was the nature of his illness?
He had esophagus problems.
What was the nature of his illness?
He had illness due to his esophagus, but it was due to alcohol and drugs.
And you moved out of the house after how many years with him?
27.
Did your father have a problem with the drugs and alcohol?
Yes, he did.
So you think it was easy for your mother to raise 6 children with a man who had problems with drugs and alcohol?
No.
So you think that she was forced to make judgments every day with regard to not only what was best for her children, but what was best for her husband, who had problems, and her? You think she was called on to do that?
Yes.
And you think she held a meeting every time she had to make one of those decisions?
No.
You think she made more weighty decisions about whether something was an old couch that was a piece of junk or a good couch that she could sell for $25? You think she made really important decisions over 25 years? So why would you think, Mr. McCullough, that after she moves back into the house, which she left because she said he was sick, she was nice enough not to tell me why he was sick. He was sick and I felt as if he should stay at the house. That after he died, she moves back into the house and the house is full of junk, somebody who's got a drug problem, an alcohol problem. So she moves her good stuff back into the house, her stuff that she wants to live with, and gets rid of his old junk. You think she should have to stop and say, I have to ask all of my 6 children, get together and have a meeting to figure out what we should do with this $35 couch? Mr. McCullough. Your mother probably had a very difficult time for 25 years with your father, right?
Yes.
Despite that, it appears to me as if you are a nice young man. You got your priorities out of kilter, Mr. McCullough. Was your father a rich man?
No, he wasn't.
Is your mother a rich woman?
No, she wasn't.
Ms. McCullough, is there anything in any of those cubbies or lockers that you still have in the house?
Your Honor, I got pictures. This is the locker. This is some of the stuff that I took out of the house. It's on the porch.
Can I see it, please? Do you have any of his memorabilia, your son's memorabilia, his... who are you?
Your Honor, I'm his sister and her daughter. There is stuff still in the basement that hasn't been removed. The weight set is still in the basement, and if there's any memorabilia, it could either be in the shed or in the basement. There is boxes full of stuff.
Tell me your name.
Julia Ferfaro.
Julia, will you do me a favor?
Yes.
He wants his weight set back.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And I want you to take a look and see if there are any trophies there.
Okay.
What kind of trophies are they?
Your Honor, I have a picture of my trophies in a garbage can on the front porch.
Well, if they're on the garbage can on the front porch, why didn't you take them, sir? Who took the picture?
My brother took the picture.
Well, if your brother took the picture, why didn't he take the trophies out of the garbage can?
Because he didn't want, because there was a restraining order put in place saying that nothing should be removed from the home.
Oh, stop. If your brother was close enough to the house to see in the garbage can that your trophies were in the garbage can, he should have taken them out of the garbage can. Make arrangements for him to get his weight set. Mr. McCullough, yes. Grow up, sir. Did you consent to an order of protection? Your mother filed for a restraining order. She said you were harassing her And a person that lives in the house with her, she has a boyfriend living in the house now?
Yes.
No, he doesn't live there.
Or he was there. So there was a protective order. Did you consent to a protective order being issued against you?
I consented to a second restraining order.
Fine. Then you can't sue on it, sir. Put your hand down. Grow up. Your mother has not had a very easy life. Why don't we try making it easier for her, not more difficult, sir? You're getting your weight set back, and if you can't make up with your mother after all the times and years that she took care of you, that is your problem. Do not visit that on me. Your weight set's going to be returned to you within 3 days. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
With Judge Judy talking to him, I pray that what she said, you know, really goes deep into his heart.
She benefited from my father's death when she was his ex-wife.
I just think he's angry because my mother had divorced my father and she was moving on with her life.
I've got 3 other brothers that are on my side.
I just think it's unfortunate that it tears a family apart.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Tardif, Morales versus Harrison. Step forward, please.
Grad student Joseph Ted Tardif and his roommate Adrian Morales are suing landscape business owner Alan Harrison for damage to their swimming pool. Ted and Adrian say Alan accidentally drove his stump cutter into the pool.
Mr. Tardif, according to what I read in your complaint, you hired Mr. Harrison to come and grind some tree stumps in your backyard. And he had an accident in your backyard. He and his machine fell into your swimming pool, causing some damage. You want him to pay for the damage to your pool. Mr. Harrison acknowledges that he had the
accident.
He acknowledges that he and his machine tipped over and went into your pool. It was entirely his fault, correct, Mr. Harrison?
Yes.
Except he said that the pool was not damaged to the extent you say it was, and he's not going to build you a new pool, which is really what you want. He's willing to clean it up, but that's about it. Is that right?
We had the agreement, yes.
Well, I don't know what agreement you had, but I assume Mr. Tardif is going to tell me. Mr. Harrison, what kind of business do you have?
I operate a stump grinding business and a tree and landscape demolition removals.
How long have you been doing it?
3 years.
You have insurance?
No.
Why not?
Well, I just couldn't afford it at the time, and I'm still trying to build up. Things are a little bit tight, and I don't have insurance.
Who are these people?
These are my witnesses to cleaning the pool and to removing the stump cutter from the pool.
Okay. Do you have a picture of the stump cutter?
I have pictures.
I would like to see it. I don't know what a stump cutter looks like. Did you put in the pool, or was the pool
It was there when we bought the house.
So this is really what you're talking about. So you're talking about the staining and the cracks in the bottom of the pool.
Yes.
Do you have any photographs, Mr. Harrison?
Video.
I'd like to see your video.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen a stump grinder at the bottom of a swimming pool?
That not.
His name is Chewy, and we've got a chip right there, and a little one right there, and a little scrape over there. Little gunite scraper. Something along those lines. But we're going to set up some ramps and wheel this baby out pretty much that direction. We'll come along, get her out of here so his friend can skate the pool finally.
What is that supposed to show me, sir?
The damage, there was minor damage done to the pool when it fell in, the scrapes and the small chip.
How do I know that? The bottom of the pool is all full of mud.
It was on the side.
How do I know the bottom of the pool was all full of mud, sir? How do I know what was at the bottom of the pool?
When the stump grinder fell in, it rolled over, it put a scrape in the pool, it came down and it sat in one spot. And that's all it did.
Were you down there, sir?
I was in the pool when it went in. And I saw the stump cutter actually just lower itself down and stop in one spot.
Mr. Harrison, you have a problem, sir. Let me tell you what you should have had instead of a video camera. Insurance. Unfortunately, there may have been some chips and nicks that existed in this pool before, but you are responsible for putting this pool back into a pristine condition. because you are not going to be able to demonstrate to any court's satisfaction that this pool was in rotten condition before your stump cutter grinder fell into it.
Well, what happened was this. We came to an agreement that minor damage was done by myself, but it wasn't that bad. So I said, okay, you find somebody, I'll pay for the cleaner. And he said, I also want $1,000 free compensation for further work done on the pool. I said, okay, I was thinking about $800, but $1,000 sounded fine. About a few days later, I get a call from a representative of his pool cleaning company giving me Sully's phone number, of which I have his card and an invoice. And when I communicated it to Mr. Tardif, that we were kind of having a little problem with the pool cleaner going in there, he said that it's his pool and he's going to get it cleaned the way he decides.
He's absolutely right.
Yes, he is.
He's absolutely right. He doesn't have to deal with your two guys. He's already dealt with one person who doesn't have insurance. Who's your insurance carrier?
I don't have an insurance carrier.
Right. You understand what I'm saying to you, sir? It's not up to you to determine how he gets his pool fixed.
Okay, but
you
that was
should
our
have been
agreement.
more careful.
Yes.
A. You should have had insurance. B. And if not, you saved on the premiums for 3 years. Now it's going to cost you. End of discussion. Oh, goodness gracious. Do I need you anymore? I mean, you're not a genius. If you have stumps that you want taken out of your house, you get somebody who's licensed and has insurance. I don't let somebody on my property unless they have insurance. So if there's an accident, you don't have to have this problem. You say, just give me the name of your insurance carrier. Put it into my insurance, and they'll pay the bill for the right kind of person to clean out and to take care of my pool. Do you understand?
Yeah, I totally
Very good.
understand.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,700. That's all.
Apologies are excused. You may step out.
Calendar in the matter of Samuels versus Jordan.
Thanks, Bird.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats, please.
Miss Samuels, is this your current boyfriend?
Yes.
And Ms. Jordan, this is your current boyfriend?
Yes.
According to your complaint, the defendant used to date your boyfriend.
That is correct.
And because she was angry with you, or whatever, for dating this gentleman, she vandalized your car.
Yeah.
She says she didn't do it, and she is counterclaiming because she says that you harass her. Right? Could you step up for a moment? I just want to see what everybody's fighting over. Pick your pants up. What's your name?
Louis Castillo.
How old are you, Louis?
20.
You live at home?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Knew you were going to get it right, Louis, eventually. How long did you date Miss Jordan?
Probably for like 3 years.
Whose idea was it to break off the relationship, yours or hers?
Both of ours.
How long have you been dating Miss Samuels? She could pick up her pants, too. I don't have to look at her belly.
Probably for like 6 months.
Have you had any contact with Miss Jordan?
No,
Do you know of any reason why she didn't like Miss Samuels?
I wouldn't know.
Don't know? Have no clue. A man of few words. Have a seat. All right, so tell me about this vandalism, Miss Samuels. When did it happen?
62502.
And where did it occur?
Driscoll and Paseo Padre.
Who lives there?
My friend Lisa.
So tell me what happened.
I was over at Lisa's visiting her, and she received a phone call from Barbara. She was going to come over. Well, Lisa told her no, and Barbara couldn't figure out exactly why she didn't want her to come over. So Barbara, being across the street at the payphone at the gas station.
How do you know that?
It says on Lisa's caller ID, payphone, and Lisa knows the payphone across the street.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, she noticed my car being across the street.
How do you know she noticed your car?
Because she knows my car. How? I don't know.
Okay, just tell me, don't tell me what she noticed, what she saw. Just you tell me what you saw and what you heard. Okay, so she called Lisa's house. Is that right?
Yeah.
And Lisa told you not to come over.
Yeah, that time.
I'm reading your answer because your answer seems to verify that. And you went over anyway.
She called me earlier in the day and told me to come over. I said, I got to finish getting ready. And then I called her from the payphone and said I was there. She said, don't come over. And I said, okay. And then he got on the phone.
Louis?
Yes. And he said, I'm going to meet you across the street. I said, why do I need to meet you for? And then they hung up on me.
So I went to her apartment and I knocked on the door.
You went to Lisa's apartment?
Yes, and I knocked on the
So
door.
you knew at that point that Louis was there?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear Miss Samuels
No.
there? What happened when she came over?
She was banging on the door saying for me to come out. She said, "Come out here, I'm gonna kick your ass. Why don't you come out here?"
So then, according to you, she knew you were there?
Yeah.
Okay. And you did not come out?
No.
I see it again. Thank you. What happened next?
I received a phone call after Louis had left to get her out of there.
Louis went outside?
Yeah.
Louis, did you see her when you went outside? Louis?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You went outside. What did you see when you got outside? Just look at me. Don't make up any stories because you know what'll happen to you. I'll wipe up the floor with you.
I know.
Just tell me what you saw and what you heard when you got outside, if anything.
I seen her. Basically, I was just telling her, you know what I mean, why you starting trouble, you know what I mean, I'm out of here. Just get out of here, you know what I mean?
Could you try to speak clearly, you know? So you told her basically to get out?
Yeah. That, you know what I mean? It's over with.
Louis, I know that you're a nice guy. So the answer is yes.
Yes.
And what did she respond to you? Did she say anything?
Talking a bunch of garbage or whatever.
Louis, do you curse in front of your mother?
No.
Would you curse in front of the priest?
No, ma'am.
So you would have to search in your vocabulary and find other words to use, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I want you to tell me what she said to you when you told her to leave.
She was really like crying, to tell you the truth. She was like crying and like tripping because she seen me.
She was crying?
Because she seen her car out there and she knew I was with her, basically.
Don't tell me what she knew. I want you to tell me what you saw. You saw her crying?
Yeah.
Did she say anything to you
There were mostly cuss words.
that she said to you?
Yeah.
Did she finally leave?
I thought she left because my sister lives in the same apartments. And I went to my sister's house and I came back out and she was at her car.
You saw her at her car?
Yeah, because her
No,
car...
no, look at me. You actually saw her near Miss Samuel's car? Look at me.
Yeah, it's right there on the corner of Driscoll and Paseo Padre.
How close did you see her to the car? From where you are to where?
The microphone.
How long was she standing that close to the car that you saw?
15 to 20 minutes. Because I was trying to have her leave the apartment complex. I left and went in my sister's house and she was gone. But when I came back, my brother-in-law had told me that she was out there still.
Did you see her when you came out there again? Is that when you saw her at the car, or did you not actually see her at the car?
I seen her at the car.
When?
The first time.
The first time?
Yeah. As soon as we left the apartment complex.
Down, Louis. Now as clear as mud.
Fog is not lifting.
Okay, when had you parked the car there?
I would say not even a half hour before I was just there.
About a half hour before Miss Jordan came over?
Yes.
When did you see the car again?
After I was clear that she had left. I'm not about to go out there after she said she was going to kill me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How come you didn't say, I was in the car, I saw what happened, I didn't do it, somebody else did it?
I said that I was there.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Erin Samuel says her boyfriend's ex, Barbara Jordan, vandalized her car. Barbara says she didn't do it.
Did you have any further conversation with Miss Jordan?
She had called my cell phone and told me, come out and look in my car.
She called you on your cell phone?
Yeah. After
When?
the incident happened, right after she did it and left.
Okay, good. And then you went out and saw what damaged the car. Let me see it.
This is of the windshield, and the police report says how they examined the vehicle themselves and took pictures, but I don't know how to get those pictures.
What kind of car do you have?
I don't have one.
What kind of car do you drive in?
I don't.
Who's Kim?
My mom.
But your mother has a car.
Yeah. He does
Look at
too,
that. Look at that. Your mother has a car.
She's in jail though.
Your mother has a car.
Yes.
That a witness says matched the license plate of the car that was responsible for the damage to her car.
That's true.
Ooh,
I
how
was there,
interesting.
but I did not do it.
How interesting.
The girl I was with did do it.
Really?
Yes. I didn't even know her car. I did not know nothing about her, but this girl
The
had known
girl who
her.
was driving the car did it?
No, not the driver.
You were the driver?
No, neither one of us were the driver. There was a third girl involved.
So you were in the car?
Yes.
Good! How come you didn't mention that in your answer?
What?
How come you didn't say, I was in the car, I saw what happened, I didn't do it, somebody else did it?
I said that I was there.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I said that I was there, and I called from across the street on the payphone.
No, you didn't say that you were there. Listen, Barbara, you didn't say in your answer anything about being present when the vandalism occurred to her car.
I didn't get that far.
You got that far in your answer to me.
In my police report, it says
You
that
got
too.
that far in your answer to me.
My police report says that I admit that I was there, but I did not do it.
You did it as far as I'm concerned, honey. Unless you can give me a good reason why anybody else would vandalize her car.
Because the other girl knows her, and she said that she was saying things about me, and she said, how are you going to let it ride? How are you going to just let her? I'm like, I don't really care, because I broke up with him. He was in jail. I broke up with him, and I was staying with him. I don't care that they're together. I don't care about none of that. And I'm not jealous of anything. Why would I care?
Tell me how you got to be in a car with somebody who vandalized her car and what this other girl had against her.
I do not know what she had against her.
I don't know either. All I know is the
I
car
don't have
belonged...
nothing against her.
All I know is the car belonged to your mother, who you tell me is where?
In jail.
In jail.
It has nothing to do with none of this.
All right. Tell me no more. Give me the estimates on the car, please.
The estimates on the car are on the police report.
Here's the windshield. This is the restraining order.
I asked you for one thing. I said, give me the estimate on the car.
The complete and total cost is at the very last.
What year car is this?
2000.
Was the car repaired?
No.
Why not?
Don't have the money to repair it. I didn't plan
There's no
on-
insurance on the car?
No.
Who owns the car free and clear?
Me now. It was just paid off recently.
When was it just paid off?
Not even a month ago on my
Well,
birthday.
if it was just paid off a month ago, that means that when this happened in June, you had to keep insurance on the car because there was a money lender involved, so you had to keep insurance on the car.
But I didn't want to pay a $500 deductible that I didn't have to get the car repaired.
Just a second. I'm going to love this. You had a $500 deductible in June, is that right?
Yeah.
Of course. We're now 6 months later, and I'm asking you why you didn't have the car fixed when you had insurance instead of having a bill here for $5,000. That doesn't sound right. Where'd you expect her to get $5,000 from, madam? You're not going to get $5,000. That's what you had your insurance for. You think that I believe this whole cock and bull story that you just told me?
The key
That you
marks?
didn't have, no, about the repairs to the car.
I didn't have the $500 for the insurance.
Let them fix as much as they can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now I want you to tell me about your counterclaim, Miss Jordan. Let's hear it.
Okay, she has a restraining order on me, and on
Rightfully so.
On the 11th of this month, at 5 o'clock in the morning, the same girl, Lisa, calls my house saying that she's outside. I go outside, and she's hiding in the car, too. And they give me a paper to say that they're going to sue me. I called my attorney, and I told him that she had came there, and I said, she has a restraining order on me. What can I do about it? Because he said I could go to jail because she has the 100-yard restraining order. And I went back inside, and on my answering machine was a tape of her and Lisa laughing about the whole situation. They're all F the cops, this and that. Well, you can hear the tape.
Sure, I'd like to hear the tape. Bert, could you bring it up here? Maybe it's my here.
Okay, I'm gonna hit this. Put it in my phone. I have my phone. So I'm gonna pass it away, huh? They're all laughing. Yeah, hello. I can't. Oh my god. Oh my god. No.
Does it get better?
It's just basically how they're laughing, how they came to my house.
They're laughing. They came to your house. They served you with a small claim summons.
And
Is that
she's
right?
not even supposed to be on our property.
Just a minute. You don't have a protective order against her. Is that right? Shh, listen to me carefully. Do you have a protective order against her?
Not yet. I'm in the process of getting it.
Who handed you the summons?
Lisa handed it to him.
So Lisa never served you?
No, but they were at my house at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Fine. They can be at your house at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No,
they can
they
serve
can't.
you with some. Yeah. Your counterclaim is dismissed. It's not harassment.
And
in
I
any
have-
event, and on your claim, listen to me carefully. You should have had your car fixed when you had insurance. However, I'm not going to penalize you for stupidity any more than $4,500 worth, because I am awarding you $500, which would have been your out-of-pocket expenses had you had your car repaired when you had insurance in June, when this incident happened. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah.
Good. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I have papers saying that my vandalism has been dismissed, saying that I did not do it.
She was seen by people in the apartment complex. They called the police before I even got out to the vehicle to call them, and the description fit her.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Yonkers versus Ponce, step forward, please.
20-year-old dietary aide Melissa Yonkis is suing her one-time blind date, 21-year-old student Richard Ponce, for the cost of a motel room and several in-room movies.
The two of you, according to what I've read, were introduced to each other socially through a friend and began communicating both on the phone and the internet. Is that right?
Yes.
And then you decided it was time to meet. And for some bizarre reason that I'm sure someone will explain to me briefly, you decided to have your first meeting at a motel. You arrived at the motel and you decided to put the room on your credit card.
That's correct.
You went into the motel to hang out. According to you, you got disgusted with something that happened in the motel because he was going out to visit a friend, and you stormed out. Then later on, you got a bill for 2 nights' stay at a hotel because he evidently decided to stay that night, an extra night, and for some movies that he had rented. You wanted to pay you back for the 2 nights at the motel and the videos. Is that what this case is about?
That's correct.
He says that you stormed out, that somebody, he assumes it was you, vandalized his car, which caused him to get stuck in the motel for an extra day. Is that right, sir?
Yes.
Just tell me why, briefly, you decided to have your first meeting in a motel.
Well, I'd worked late that night, and I live 45 minutes away from the defendant, so by the time I got to where he lives, it was already late, so there wasn't really much else we could do. We both live with our parents, we couldn't go to each other's houses, so we decided to go to a hotel. We had talked about it for a long time, and that was the most convenient day, so I decided.
So what time did you arrive at the motel?
I think it was around 10:30.
And what happened, sir, that caused you to want to leave?
Well, the thing was, I was just not really into her when I met up with her.
You didn't like what you saw?
Well, I went out with a drink with my buddy, which I invited her to come out with me. I came back to the hotel, and I realized that my car was vandalized.
Yes.
My tires were slashed. The car wouldn't start. I'd called a friend who was a tow truck driver to fix. This car was a loaner. This is not my car. So I had to get the car fixed before my friend had found out it had been vandalized, or else he wouldn't trust me ever again with the loaner whenever the emergency case might be needed again, you know.
Why did you stay at the motel 2 nights?
Well, my tow truck driver, the friend that I had was a tow truck, was out of town, and he told me he'd been in town.
Well,
the next
Mr.
day.
Ponce, you know, you're making this up as you're going. You live in that town, do you not?
I live in the area.
You live in the area. Go home.
Well, I couldn't leave the car there.
Why not? It wasn't gone anywhere. It was already vandalized, had flat tires, and it wouldn't run. So what do you mean you couldn't leave it there?
Well, I couldn't leave it there. I just don't trust leaving a car just vandalized like that. I'm sure a tow truck would just pick it up, a car like that, like, you know, it wasn't even mine. Then I'll lose track and see where it's going to go. So I stayed there the night. I waited until my friend came up to pick it up. He fixed it, and unfortunately,
Let me see all your receipts,
I don't
sir.
have any evidence or receipts because of the fact that I paid him to fix the car, and it was not like he's not working in a mechanic shop.
You are so full of yourself. You are so full of it and yourself. I begin to zone out because there is nothing there of substance, nothing truthful. I don't even have to listen to it. I mean, I can fantasize about a whole bunch of other things. I'll listen to it. Listen, the first day of the motel you pay for. Do you understand?
That's
your mistake.
I
How
never
much did the
disputed
second night cost?
In
Show me your bill.
Okay. With the movies and the extra day, it
cost me $221.
For the second night in the movies?
Yeah, altogether it was $360.
Did you watch any of the movies
No,
with him?
I left after the first night.
221. Listen, consider yourself lucky. He's a real loser. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $221. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have seats.
Ms. Hernandez, how long had you and the defendant been friends?
For about 2 years.
Where did you meet her?
I was dating her roommate.
Were you good friends?
Yeah.
Do you earn a lot of money?
No.
Do you support anyone other than yourself?
My son.
How old is he?
He's 3.
Do you get any assistance from the government?
Food stamps.
You did a very foolish thing because you let Miss Lyda use your credit card that you had. She doesn't deny that you let her use this credit card, and on the credit card she charged several $1,000s worth of merchandise. Is that right, Miss Lyda?
About $1,500, yes.
And she paid you a little bit and then stopped paying you, right?
Correct.
Miss Lyda has a defense, which I don't understand really. Your defense is that she refused to make a payment plan with you, and you came onto some hard times, and since she wouldn't make a payment plan with you, you stopped paying her. And you have counterclaim because you say that she stole some property from your house or permitted somebody else to do it, and also she has your cat. What do you do for a living?
I work for Child Protective Services.
And why did you need her credit card if you work for Child Protective Services?
At the time, I was not employed, and the credit card, we had applied originally separately, and we were put on the credit card together.
So at the time you used her credit card, you weren't employed. Is that what you're telling me?
Correct.
And who was supporting you?
I was on unemployment at the time.
You have children?
No, I don't.
It was just you?
Yes.
And who were you living with?
Myself.
And what was it that was so urgent that you had to use a credit card for $1,500?
Actually, the credit card belonged to both of us. We were each issued a credit card with our own
Swell.
names.
Where did you purchase the items, and what items did you purchase at a time when you were unemployed?
The first item that we purchased when we applied for the credit card was a television.
Well, were you living together?
No.
Well, where did the television go?
It went to my house.
So you purchased a television?
Correct.
Okay, you didn't have a television before?
No, I did not.
Okay, so you needed a TV because you were spending a lot of time at home?
Correct.
What else did you purchase?
I purchased a video game machine.
Any particular reason for that?
Again, I was spending a lot of time at home, and I need something to do.
How about looking for a job?
I was looking for a job. I was registered with several temporary employment agencies, and I was also in the process of looking for work.
All right, so we needed a TV and we needed a video game machine. What else did you buy?
I did purchase some software for my computer, which I returned.
And you already had the computer?
Correct.
Can I see a list of items that you say she purchased on the credit card, please? And just don't give me all those papers. Just give me what I asked for. Did you buy 4 movies?
I may have.
Girl Interrupted, Joe Dirt, Fall Time, and A Guy Thing.
Not during the original purchase, no.
Okay, but...
On the next purchase.
At the next purchase.
Correct.
Let's move on here. $684 for 30-inch and larger TVs, game accessories, Odd World Player, Halo XBX, electronic games, speaker stands, and brackets.
The speaker stands were actually credited back to the account because they were no longer in stock.
And the next day you went and you bought a 2-movie pack, an Eye of the Beholder DVD, widescreen, PC upgrades, productivity software, video game, miscellaneous accessories, and video cable miscellaneous accessories for $258.52. That sound familiar? That's the next day, January 11th, 2004.
Correct.
Did you make any payments on this?
Yes, I did.
How much did you make in payments?
About $270.
Show me.
What's all this? This is the money you paid?
Right.
Well, what are these purchases? On the 12th of January. Who purchased these things on the 12th?
That was on the original statement. Those were, were original purchases that were made.
No. I mean, there are bills here. The high point of the bill is $2,100. So what else did you purchase on this credit card?
I used the credit card several times. I was the one that was making the payments for it.
Okay,
and it was
so
my
you
card.
acknowledge that anything that was purchased on this credit card, you purchased?
Correct.
Oh, good. So we don't have to go
Most
through this. So it's
everything was on the
$2,100. And you paid about 200 and what?
70.
270. So why don't you pay the rest?
I don't feel that I owe Angela in regards to the fact that her and the witnesses that she's brought with her have broken into my house, stole several items that belong to me. I do have a police report in regards to all three of the defendant's witnesses that they have broken into my house, stole my items, threatened me on several occasions.
When was that?
June 6th they broke into my house.
What did they steal from your house?
Well, they stole several items, anything from picture frames, a vacuum cleaner, clothing, shoes.
You have proof that she broke into your house?
I've spoke with her on several occasions since the incident about it.
And?
She's told me she refuses to return the items to me. She's also threatened that I would never see my cat again. My cat's
I'm not getting to the cat. I'll get to the cat in a minute. Do you have any items that belong to her?
I have a Shrek movie.
Did you go into her house?
No, I haven't.
Do you know who did go into her house?
Actually, I took.
He went into her house.
I took
Look, just a second. He raised his hand. Thank you very much. This is a good lineup. Who is this?
That's my cousin Miguel.
Miguel. So Miguel took some stuff from her house. Where did he put it? Did he bring it to your house?
No, actually, Miguel and Nicole lived with her, and she called my house over and over to bring them to come get their belongings. So I took them to get their belongings.
And is it possible that Miguel took some things out of her house that belonged to her?
No.
Miguel, did you take anything that belonged to her?
No, I didn't. All I did is just take my stuff because she had half of my stuff inside her house.
Okay, good. Could I see the police report, please? Why did you stop making the payments?
At that point, I couldn't afford to make the payment in May, and we were already having a dispute in response to this.
You can sit down. All right. There is no proof that the plaintiff took any property from your house. Now, let's get to your cat.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The balance on the account isn't $1,900 at this point.
You didn't pay it. So what difference does it make?
And later today,
You wanted the room for somebody else.
No, she was going to keep the room.
You wanted the room for somebody else.
Yes, ma'am.
Do I have to yell at people in order to get in a simple answer?
I don't know.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Angela Hernandez says former friend Sarah Lida ran up her credit card and refuses to pay. Sarah says Angela broke into her home and stole her cat.
Go ahead.
My cat had been staying with her. She had had kittens, and she was staying with Angela because she had a garage somewhere safe to put her in during
When
the
did she
daytime.
start to stay with her?
She started to stay with her in, I believe it was the beginning of April.
So what happened?
She had the kittens in April sometime. She had them in the garage. The agreement was when they were 6 weeks old that I had several people that wanted the kittens. She was going to keep one. In that period of time that I was waiting for the kittens to be old enough, this incident occurred, and I made several attempts to try to contact her to receive my cat. She told me I would not see my cat until I paid the credit card bill, that I would never see my cat again.
Where's our cat?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I thought maybe she picked it up from my house.
Where are the kittens?
I don't know. They probably got out of my fence.
You knew the cat was going to be staying in her garage?
Yes.
Cat can get in and out of the garage?
They're a small hole, yes.
Okay. She doesn't have your cat anymore?
Apparently not.
Right. There's no reason why you couldn't have kept the cat in your house, right?
I live in an apartment, and it was not possible for me to keep her there with the kittens at the time.
Why?
I had nowhere to put her in the apartment.
Cats don't take up much space. One cat?
She had 5 kittens.
So?
And at that time, I was home very rarely and wasn't going to be able to attend to them.
How long were you working?
I started July 12th.
Well, you were home very rarely. You had your video games, you had your TV. Why were you home very rarely? You had all this entertainment equipment that you bought for yourself. Your counterclaim is dismissed.
I spoke with the credit card company yesterday. The balance in the account is $1,174.75.
Listen to me.
Your Honor, it's $2,300.
Listen to me. You didn't pay it. So what difference does it make?
I have arrangements with the credit card company to pay them directly, not to pay her because I can't trust in her after the things that she did to
Madam,
me.
listen to me carefully, very carefully. You said that the $2,100 at that time in purchases were made by you. I took your word that you paid $270.
Your Honor.
Hey.
Sorry.
And if there is only $1,100 left on the balance, that means that somebody else was making the payments. I assume the plaintiff, in order to maintain her credit. You do not get credit for that. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,830. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm actually hurt because I thought that we were good friends, and to find out that it isn't so.
I thought we were friends too, and I tried to help her by getting the credit card for her, co-signing for her, and she didn't pay the bill.
We are no longer friends.
She stopped being my friend when she took advantage of me.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Thomason versus Evans. Step forward, please.
25-year-old insurance rep Dara Thomason is suing her former tenant, 20-year-old receptionist Kristen Evans, for breaking her bed. Kristen says she only sat on it.
Miss Thomason, you rented a room or an apartment to Miss Evans. Was it a room or an apartment?
A room in my home.
And it is your claim that she broke the bed.
Yes, ma'am.
You want her to pay for the bed. Miss Evans says the bed was already broken.
Yes.
Okay. When did you rent a room, Miss Evans?
The beginning of February.
Who moved in? Just you?
Yes, my daughter. Me and my daughter.
How old is your daughter?
2 years old.
Is there one bed in the room?
Yes.
And your daughter shared the bed with you?
Yes.
You have a picture of the bed?
Yes, ma'am. I have photos of the broken bed.
When did you move out, Miss Evans?
2 months after, which is I guess April.
Why?
Because Miss Thompson told me that one of her friends had got evicted from her place and needed a place to stay, so she asked if I would move out. So I did.
Was that the beginning of April?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, she told me about 2 weeks before.
So she gave you a couple of weeks' notice?
Mm-hmm.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I gave her the option. I said this is going to be more like a 40 to 50 day notice, where 30 is all I'm required to give her. So I gave her the option because she had not paid for the bed yet. I said, you've broken the lease agreement with the way the conditions of the room. You haven't paid for the bed.
Just a second. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
You gave her notice because somebody else wanted to come into the room. A friend of yours?
Well, she was going to be a daycare provider during the day for the kids.
You wanted the room for somebody else.
No, she was going to keep the room until she renewed the lease for the last month or she left early.
You wanted the room for somebody else that was going to take care of your children?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I have to yell at people in order to get in a simple answer.
I don't know.
Okay. Now, when did you first notice, Miss Thomason, that this bed was broken?
About 2 weeks after she moved in.
And that's
So
not
that
true.
So that would have been mid-February.
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you say to her?
Well, I came home, the window was open, it was raining. So I went into the room to close the window, and I noticed the bed was on the floor. And I was like, oh God, the bed's broken. So I called her on the phone, and I said, Kristen, what's wrong with the bed? What happened to the bed? And she said, oh, I fell on it. I mean, I sat on it. And I was like, oh. Which one? And so I said, well, you know, you have to pay for the bed because you broke the bed. And she says, I know. And I said, okay, well, you're at work. We're going to discuss it later. When she got home, we discussed that, you know, it's an expensive bed. It's 2 inches thick. What really happened? And she says, well, you know, I just sat on it. It broke. And I said, well, Kristen, you understand that it is a one-person bed, not a two-person bed. And she didn't really say anything. She kind of just stood there and looked at me. So obviously, we felt that maybe there was more to it than, you know, her alone on the bed. Maybe, you know, her and her boyfriend kind of doing the mambo thing. And it's, Your Honor, you have to understand, it's 2 inches thick. It's not a standard bed. It's not compressed wood. It's real wood. And you can see from the photos that it's just ripped out of the frame. I mean, and I had a guy look at it, and he said she compromised.
Don't tell me what anybody said to you.
Okay.
When did you purchase the bed?
In 98.
How much did you pay for it in 98?
With the bed and the two dressers that came with it, $1,500.
I don't want to know about the two dressers that came with it.
Okay,
I
the
just
bed
wanna
by
know-
itself was about $800 at the time.
You have a bill?
No, ma'am. I bought it from Haynes Furniture, a local company, and they said that it wasn't in their system anymore.
Okay. Now, talk to me, Miss Evans. Talk to me.
Okay.
You moved in February, and the
Right.
bed was broken.
No. When we moved in, me and my girlfriend, we did like the walkthrough. You know, you go through, you see the room that you're going to rent. At that time, she was telling me, you know, that the bed's comfortable, and I said, looks comfortable. She sat on the bed. She said, it is very comfortable. Her husband followed us up to the room. He said, yeah, you know, the bed was broke before, but I fixed it, so it should be okay now. I said, okay, no problem.
Okay, did he show you where the bed was broken?
No, but there was a piece that was in the back. It's a day bed. So the back of the bed had like 2 bars right here. One of the bars was already broke, and you can twist the bar all the way around.
Go ahead.
Okay, and I did not do anything on the bed. Out of the whole time, yes.
The bed broke, came apart after you were living there.
Yes.
Tell me how that happened.
I sat on the bed. I swear, no lie. I was doing my daughter's hair, so I was sitting on the bed and doing her hair. The bed just collapsed. I jumped up off the bed, I grabbed my daughter, and it was almost time for me to go to work, so I just grabbed my stuff and went to work.
How come you didn't tell Miss Thomason that it happened?
Because I'm late for work. I'm not going to be late.
You mean she happened to find it on the same day that it happened?
Yeah, she likes to go into my room.
That's not what I'm asking. You're telling me that she went in on the same day that you broke the bed?
She did.
And she called and told you what happened, and you said, I don't know, I just sat on it.
Exactly.
Did she tell you you were going to have to pay for the bed?
She did. She asked me if I would pay for it.
And what'd you tell her?
I told her no. The bed was already broke before.
Was it broken in the same place where you broke the bed?
I'm not sure. I never knew where the bed was broken at before.
Well, but you slept on the bed for 3 weeks.
No, I did not. I was only there for 2 months. Out of the 2 months, I only slept on the bed maybe about 7 or 8 times.
Okay.
Kristen,
it's
no,
fine.
that's
You
not true.
slept on the bed. You slept on the bed 7 or 8 times, and when you slept on it 7 or 8 times, it wasn't broken.
Exactly.
On the 9th day, it broke when you sat on it.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any proof for me, Miss Thomason, that Miss Evans, through negligence, broke this bed?
Well, we have a lease agreement which she signed saying that she inspected the property and that everything was in good working order. The day that she came to look at the room, Sean was not home. I was the only one to sign the lease agreement with her. Sean wasn't even there.
Madam, it can break.
Right, but the way it was broken, the way it was ripped out of the wood, and it was ripped on both sides.
Well, what do you think happened?
If she had just sat on one side, it would have broken on just that one. But the way it was broken on both ends and damaged to the point where it was ripped out of the wood suggests that she was forcibly fell on it or some other action.
Miss Thomason, I don't know that. I don't know that. The lady paid her rent?
She did.
That she left when you told her you wanted her to leave?
Yes, she had that option.
Fine. Go. Have a happy life.
Thank you.
Beds break, sofas break, chairs break. It doesn't look to me as if this lady did anything on a purposeful basis. It could have just been that her daughter sat down on the bed with her, or even her daughter jumped on the bed. And maybe that's what happened. And it snapped. Who knows?
Well, she told me
Get
that
over it. That's what happens when you rent rooms that are furnished. Sometimes furniture that's 6 years old breaks down. Get over it. Nothing lasts forever.
I understand, ma'am.
Harris, pleasure been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Ms. Van Geertruy, you and the defendant have a child together. The child is a couple of years old. It is your complaint that about 2 years ago, there was an incident with Mr. Harris, and you haven't been together since that incident, according to you. And there was an argument. You got into your car. Your daughter was in the car. It is your claim that Mr. Harris purposely broke the car window, causing the window to shatter all over you and your daughter, caused her to be injured, caused you to be injured, and caused the car to be damaged. Is that your complaint?
As a result of him hitting the window, it happened.
Mr. Harris says that the whole incident was your fault. What happened was an accident. He would never intentionally try to hurt his child. And this lawsuit is motivated by something entirely different. Is that right, Mr. Harris?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to tell me how old your daughter was 2 years ago when this incident happened.
11 months old.
Tell me about it.
When we were walking back to go to the washrooms.
Just a second. I don't know washrooms. Where were you? What were you
At a
doing?
company picnic. And we were going to the washrooms, and his sister's ex-husband or somebody that he wasn't happy with was going to pick up the baby and stopping us and everything, and he went on walking and left me standing there giving me a dirty look that this person was holding our child. And I noticed he was drinking hard liquor, and he would not come out, and when he did come out, I said, I want to leave.
You're going all over the place. You were at a company picnic, you decided you wanted to leave.
I'm nervous right now.
Okay. Sorry. You were at a company picnic, you decided you wanted to leave.
Yes.
What happened when you told him you wanted to leave?
He started yell at me to give him the keys, and I was saying, no, I want to just go get away from this situation because I see her drinking. I'm just leaving. I want to take the baby and go home. And he said, give me the keys, give me the keys.
What keys?
The keys for the apartment. I was staying with him at the time. I gave him the keys back, and I was going to leave. He was telling me he wanted cigarettes that were in the passenger side seat, and he was pointing to them when the windows were up and I was going to pull out. And I said, no, you're not getting it, and I was going to drive back.
Okay, so he saw cigarettes that were in the car.
Yes.
That were his, and he said, I want them.
They were mine.
They were yours?
They were mine.
But he said, I want them.
Yes.
And you said you're not going to get them, and you started to leave.
He said no through the window, and I started pulling out, and that's when he went like this
And he
hit my
slapped.
car. I don't know if it was open hand or what. He went like this with the anger face. I looked at his face, and that's when the glass shattered.
Glass on which window?
On the passenger side front window next to me, shattered in like 1,000 pieces. And I turned around. I was wearing glasses at the time, so it didn't get me. It got my arms a little bit, but not bad. I looked back, and my baby was bleeding really bad. And I couldn't help but be hysterical. And he threw the keys, and I was trying to run him back to get the baby out of the car seat. And I was screaming, she's bleeding, she's bleeding. He just kept on walking away. And he didn't care. He just went over to the side.
Okay. You got the baby out of the car seat, right?
Yes.
And the baby went to the doctor or hospital?
I signed a waiver not to have the ambulance in Itasca, Illinois, to take the baby. I was taking her to a hospital by my mom's house, and I rushed her to the hospital there.
In your car?
In my car, yes.
So you got the glass, you cleaned the glass up?
I couldn't clean it all up. They tried while we were in the ambulance.
Okay, where was he?
He was being taken by the police, talked to, and put in the police car. I have police reports.
Can I see the police reports, please?
On the right side is this police report. This previous police reports of his battery was on the left. And I have doctors.
I just want to see this incident. Okay, when your daughter was ultimately taken to the emergency room, she needed some stitches according to your complaint. Is that right?
Yes.
Can I
have
see?
that, please. But I mean, doctor's records and bills. The bills are in the front, and the old papers, the doctor's forms at that time are in there from the stitches being put in and removed.
Okay. Did you pay these bills?
No, I wanted him to be responsible for them.
Did you pay the bills? The answer is no. Do you
yet.
have any insurance?
No, I don't.
Okay, Mr. Harris. I'll hear you, sir.
All right. On July 7th, my mother had a company picnic, and I was with Amanda, and we went, and I saw my sister, and we said hello to my mother and everyone as they was playing bingo. I told Amanda I had to go to the washroom, and she wanted to come with me, and I had, of course, my daughter, okay, and I met with my sister and her brother-in-law as we was going towards the washroom, and Tommy saw my little daughter, and he went to grab her, and they was talking. So I said I had to use the washroom. I don't want to stay and wait, and you know that was my brother-in-law. I don't have nothing against my brother-in-law to watch my daughter, or to be with my daughter while I go use the washroom. She stayed over there arguing with them, saying that
she wanted to leave.
Right, she wanted to go to the washroom. She wanted to go to the washroom too. That's what I'm saying. So I had to go. I wasn't going to wait for her. I left and went to the man's room. All of a sudden, I come out of the washroom and she said, "Why you leave me out here?" You know, yelling this. "I want to go home. You son of a goo-goo." You know what I'm saying? All type of curse words. So I'm like, I went in there with my nephew. I could see if I was in there with another girl, you acting like this. You know, then she's like, "I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go." So we was walking out to her car, and I told her to hand me my house keys. Because I feel like I don't want her going in my house, because she went in my house on one incident and took some stuff out of there that, you know what I'm saying? So I like, no, give me my house keys. She didn't want to do that, so eventually she gave the keys. And as I went around, I seen my cigarettes on my side, what I was pointed at, my cigarettes on the passenger side. And I said, "Man, I want my cigarettes." She said, "No, no." And I said, "Man, give me my cigarettes." She said, "No, you son of a," you know, once again. And she put the car in reverse, and I seen her feet was about to step on the paddle. So I jumped back. And when I jumped back, I had a bracelet on it, and that hit the window. It hit a metal piece on it, and I guess it hit the center of the window, and it broke the glass. I was in shock. And at the time, I didn't know my daughter was bleeding until I walked around, and my sister said, "Bobby, your daughter bleeding." I said, "What?"
Okay, I got it. I got it. Do you visit with your daughter, sir?
Yes, I get her every other weekend. And it was supposed to be during the summer. Right now, I'm going for full custody of my daughter.
Why is that?
Amanda has a serious drug problem, and she even tried to commit suicide just over a year ago. by trying to OD. And actually, she's very unstable. For the time that I've known her, she always have excuses of why she can't get things done. She
have a drug
right now
problem? No.
that drug problem, Your Honor, left my daughter in DCF care about 5 or 6 several times, and every time.
Your daughter ever been in foster care?
No.
Because
Ever
of
been
my,
out of your custody?
No.
Yes, she have. When she tried to kill herself,
when
I got custody of my daughter.
For a couple weeks.
That was like for a whole month almost. This happened in 2001 in February, so I had it like almost up until the end of March. And I took full responsibility. She swears to God that I have a drinking problem, but when I took full responsibility of my daughter, there was no drinking. I was picking her up and taking her, dropping her off to the babysitter, making her work on time, doing a responsible thing.
Did you plead guilty, sir, to disorderly conduct?
Yes, I was acting in a manner of, anger. I was like yelling and stuff like that.
You were?
That's the only thing I played, but I didn't plead on all the other charges was dropped.
Yeah, I don't think you intentionally hurt your daughter, sir.
No, I did not.
I don't think you intentionally hurt her at all. Neither does she think you intentionally hurt her.
No, I didn't try to break that window neither.
I don't know whether you tried to hurt the window, but you hurt the window, right?
Right, it happens.
Right?
Yeah.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today.
Well, you mean he was selling drugs or using them?
Well, I saw there was money on her bed, and it was a large sum of money, so I knew he was dealing with it.
So then both of you smelled it and he was selling it, right? Smell and sell.
Yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amanda Van Geertree says ex-boyfriend Robert Harris smashed her car window with his fist, injuring their daughter inside. Robert says it was a freak accident.
You've been arrested before for domestic violence?
Yes,
Promise not an answer.
Yes, I have.
How many times?
Once. Well, twice concerning this window being broke.
Your Honor, I have a picture of my daughter, the scar on her head.
I'm sure Mr. Harris knows that there's a scar on your daughter's face. He didn't mean to hurt her. You don't think he meant to hurt her?
No,
right?
but it is a result of his actions. And
it's a result of
I
his
shouldn't
bad
have
temper.
to pay for his actions.
You shouldn't have to pay for the medical bills that resulted from his actions. Isn't that right, sir?
Well, I feel like, no.
You feel like what? Of course not. Of course she shouldn't have to pay for the medical bills that are as a result of your actions.
Well, as I was telling you, when she put the car in reverse, she was about to, she stormed out, backing up. I had to jump back. That's what caused the window broke. I didn't go up to the window and hit the window at all.
Listen to me. The car didn't hit your arm. Your arm hit the car.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes. It was all a freak accident. I guess you're right, then I should be responsible for paying it,
Okay. I want to tell you something, Mr. Harris. You may be 100% right that you are the more appropriate custodian. You've got a hurdle to overcome, and that is these prior police reports. I'm sure that the judge who's handling the custody case will look at that and balance it with whatever problems you have and make a decision.
I just wanted to say, when she's talking about the medical bills and all that stuff, I'm reliable for that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to get the court to understand that I'm not out there just angry and just doing crazy stuff.
I don't think you're angry and doing crazy stuff. I think you lost your temper.
Yeah.
Your Honor.
I think you lost your temper, and that's what happens when you lose your temper. You're responsible for what happens as a result of that.
But Your Honor,
what
about the 2 years, and what about the pain and suffering for Olivia, having to go for stitches, and me having to hold her down and just
what about that?
For 2 years having to go to court.
What about that?
Because missing work because of him.
You break.
Thank you.
He's the father, just like you're the mother. There was an accident. It was caused by his bad temper. You don't bring the father to court because, let's say she was riding a bicycle. He was teaching her how to ride a bicycle, and he wasn't careful. And as a result of that, the bicycle went over, and she broke an arm. You think you can bring the father to court for the broken arm because he wasn't careful, because he was negligent in teaching how to ride a bicycle? We'd be in court all the time. That's what happens to young children. Now, this unfortunate incident happened because he lost his temper. That doesn't mean you bring a father to court for pain and suffering for a daughter. She's not any more your child than she is his. Do you understand that? Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,111.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I guess now, by hearing Judge Judy ruling, I am kind of responsible for it.
I believe that this judgment was wrong. I think I should have gotten more.
I got a little daughter by, a lady that's not stable, has a drug problem.
He didn't care. He walked away when she was covered in blood.
And right just before the show, she called me talking about she hoping that we can come out here and get things back together. And now she want to come here and cry, make me look like an angry person.
He just wants to hurt me some more. It won't stop.
I think that's what's wrong, but that's how she is.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Michael versus White. Step forward, please.
19-year-old student Anna Michael is suing her former roommate, 20-year-old receptionist Bridget White, for the return of a computer. Bridget is countersuing, claiming Anna broke their apartment lease.
Miss Michael, you and the defendant were best friends, roommates, and it is your claim that the defendant took from you a computer that you had paid for, or mostly paid for, and you want $1,000 that you had put into the computer that she took.
Correct.
That's your claim. Miss White says that, yes, she took the computer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because the arrangement was it was going to be yours when you fully paid for it, and you still owed some $300 on the computer. When you paid the $300, the computer would be yours. Is that right?
Yes.
Till she gets her money, she's got the computer, which I assume is in good condition.
Yes.
Good. Now, Miss White has a counterclaim. She says you stuck her with 11 months on a 12-month lease. She was able to negotiate herself out of the lease, but as a result of that, she lost her security deposit because you left.
Correct.
So she wants that money back from you since you left the apartment. And she also says that you took with you a camera that was half hers. She will explain to me. So let's take care of the computer first. Can I see the receipt for the computer? How much it cost? Total purchase, $1,314. You paid $1,000.
Correct.
So you owe her $314.38.
Correct.
Correct? So you're going to give her that and she's going to give you back the computer.
I've tried.
Do you understand?
Yes.
5 days from today's date, we will make a transfer. You will get your $314.38. She will get her computer. Is that clear?
Yes. Correct.
Oh, I'm not going to get much more out of her. Correct. Correct. Good.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Anna Michael says former roommate Bridget White owes for the return of her computer.
Now, let's talk about this lease. How much was your security deposit?
The total security deposit was $400. I paid $266.66, and she paid $133.37.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Perfect. Now, tell me why you left.
I left because it was an unsafe environment for me.
Explain it.
Her boyfriend was living with us. He occupied the second room. He was involved with illegal activity. I did not want to live that kind of lifestyle anymore. I didn't want to put myself in that position or environment, so I left.
Well, you mean he was selling drugs or using them?
Selling them, yes. I could smell the marijuana in the room. Using them, I have no proof.
Yes, you could smell the marijuana. I think you meant to switch that around.
Oh.
That
well, there was...
That you could smell it, so yes, he was using it, but you don't know if he was selling it because you don't have any information about that.
Well, I saw there was money on her bed at multiple times, and it was a large sum of money, so I knew he was dealing with it.
So then both you smelled it and he was selling it, right? Smell and sell.
Yes.
Now, Miss Michael, you said you didn't want to be involved in that lifestyle anymore. Had you been involved in that lifestyle previously?
No, ma'am.
So you misspoke when you said you didn't want to be involved.
Yes, I did
misspoke.
Misspeak.
I say you misspoke, you say yes. Did misspeak.
Correct.
Correct. Love this case. So did you have an argument? She told you she moved out?
She never gave me a reason. I came home at lunch and she was gone.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She called me that Friday morning at work and said, "I'm leaving."
Okay. Now, the lease was in whose name?
Hers, mine, and 2 other girls.
What about your boyfriend?
He wasn't living there.
Was he staying over?
He actually stayed for 3 days. That was a couple weeks before that.
Why
3
did you
days.
leave?
I left because of her boyfriend.
Then why didn't you say to her, if your boyfriend comes to stay here and is going to be involved in drugs, I'm going to have to leave? Instead of just saying, I'm leaving, I'm out of here.
Well, it wasn't that easy.
Well, explain it to me.
We had a roommate, and she left on the 11th of July. And so in order to compensate for that month's rent. Bridget brought in her boyfriend, which I interpreted and was led to believe that he would pay for the rest of the money of that month. So he was living there. I did not know that he was going to be involved with legal behavior inside our room. I did not know that. So I told her I would no longer live with him, and I would not live with him through her. And because of that, I left.
All right, now talk to me about the camera.
For our birthdays, which are a week apart, her sister, who is a good friend of mine, bought us both a camera. And it was to both of us, and when she left, she took it with her.
So you think her sister bought you a present?
No, it was for both of us. She bought us more than just the camera for our birthdays. Her sister was a good
somebody
friend
had to
of
take
mine.
the camera.
Huh?
What's huh? Somebody had to take the camera.
Yes. She actually took it. She didn't discuss anything with me, so I just said, that's fine if you'd like it. You can pay me for half the value.
She's not going to pay you anything for the camera that her sister bought for her birthday. This is the way we're going to resolve this, ladies. And listen very carefully. You would ordinarily have to pay her, in order to get your computer back, $314. Do you understand?
Correct.
That means you pay her $314. You also owe her $266. Do you understand? She shouldn't be responsible for your skipping out. You should have made proper arrangements. When you move in to a place, you're supposed to make arrangements if you want to move out, not just to say, toodaloo, and the people who were there are stuck. She lost her security deposit.
So did I.
So?
What does that make? I don't. Does
So,
that make
you
us
lost
equal?
your security deposit, but you caused her to lose hers also.
But she signed off on a transfer lease.
So?
I couldn't live there anymore.
I don't know where you went. Where did you go?
I was homeless for a month, for a week.
Where did you sleep?
On the floor with in my friend's room.
That's not being
Now,
homeless.
this is case number 213 on the calendar, the matter of McGill versus Ty Little. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have a seat.
Miss McGill, I assume this is your son, and it is your claim that the defendant's son drove your car, which was being driven by your son.
It's his car.
His car, but in your name?
Yes, I'm a co-signer of the loan.
How old is he?
21.
That he drove the car without permission, causing damage to the car to the tune of some $3,100. You want his mother to be responsible because he's a minor. How old are you?
17.
And Miss Ty says that her son had your son's permission to drive the car and that he caused no damage to the car.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you friends?
Yes.
How long have you been friends?
A couple of years.
Where were you on the evening that this incident happened?
We were at Jared's house.
Who's Jared?
She was witness.
How old are you, Jared?
16.
He's 16, he's 17, you're 21.
Yes, ma'am.
Aren't they a little young for you to be hanging around with?
Yeah, well, we all skateboard together. It's just became friends through skateboarding.
And on what date did this happen, when you were all hanging around at Jared's house?
February 27th.
February 27.
What kind of car were you driving?
It was a 2002 Volkswagen GTI.
How did it come about that you got custody of the keys to this car on the 27th of February?
We're at Jared's house, and we got thirsty, and I asked him to drive his car to the store.
Just a second. Let's go slowly. Don't poke him.
Okay.
You were at Jared's house.
Yes.
How did you get there?
I used to live down the street from Jared, and I skated to his house.
And you were thirsty?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was thirsty? Raise your hands. Who was thirsty? Those two were thirsty. So what happened?
We went to. I asked him Brian for the keys to the car, and he gave them to me, and we went to the store. It took about 10 minutes, and we came back.
Why didn't he go with you to the store? What was he doing?
He was at Jared's watching TV.
How many people were there?
One other person besides us.
Who was the other person?
Blaine.
What'd you want to get to drink?
Coke.
How far away is the store where you buy Coke?
About 10 minutes.
You were going to go 10 minutes to get a Coke?
Yeah.
At midnight?
Yes, ma'am.
No. That doesn't sit right with me.
That's what we did. Went to the store, came back.
Who do you live with?
My mom.
You have brothers and sisters?
No, ma'am.
Just the two of you?
Yes.
Did your mother work?
Yes.
Was she at home that night?
No.
So it was just the four boys hanging out?
Yes.
Had your mother been home earlier that day?
Yes.
Where was she that night?
At her boyfriend's.
So you were having a little bit of a group over.
Yes.
And you went out at 12 o'clock to get a can of Coke. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
You know that as the mother of children who were teenagers, a whole bunch of them, that doesn't sound kosher to me. You know what that means?
No.
It means I don't believe you.
Oh, she wasn't there.
I believe she wasn't there, and I believe she was at her boyfriend's. And I believe you went out at midnight. I don't believe you went out to get a can of Coke
That's what
on a 20-minute ride. And neither do your mothers if they're smart. Sit down. So you were 10 minutes there and 10 minutes back, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
His car is a clutch. Are you familiar with driving a clutch car?
Yes, I've drove a car with the clutch before.
And you drove it reasonably and responsibly for the 20 minutes that you had it. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the name of the store you went to on the 27th of February?
Waterburger. It was
What?
Waterburger. It was a store, restaurant.
And where are they located?
On South Main.
South Main in what world?
In Weatherford, Texas.
Now we'll get to you. How did he get the keys to your car?
Well, what happened
Look at me.
was we were over at Jared's house and Blaine.
Blaine?
Yes. He asked me if he could take my car to the store, and it was him, Brandon, and Jared. All three of them went to the store. They went to the gas station on the corner. It's about a block and a half up the street. And they came right back, and everything was fine. And then Brandon left with our friend Lindsay and went to Whataburger with Lindsay. And I called Lindsay because I didn't have my keys, and I was wanting to go home. And I knew Brandon
Where were your keys?
Brandon still had them because they took my car to the store earlier.
Well, that's when Blaine took the keys.
Yeah, Blaine drove to the store, and then apparently Brandon drove back from the store because he wanted to drive my car.
Okay.
And I fell asleep waiting on them to come back. And then when I woke up to them telling me they raced some car on the highway.
Who's them?
I think it was Brandon and Jared and Blaine.
Well, that's not what you say in your complaint. You said later that day you saw one of the kids from the previous night, and he told him that Brandon, that other person, he told him that Brandon had been driving his car Friday night and been racing down the highway. That's what you evidently told your mom, because that's what your mom wrote in her complaint. She didn't say that he admitted that he did that to you.
I think it was the next day that he finally admitted, but the people that were in the car told me what happened that night, and he apologized to me that night, and he told me...
Well, tell me what he said. I'm not interested in what somebody said to you that's not here. Tell me what he said to you.
He told me that he was sorry for what he did to my car, and he'd do what he could do to help pay for any damages.
I never admitted to messing his car up.
What did you say to him?
I said it was running fine when we came back.
Came back from where?
From the store.
He says that he gave the car keys to Blaine. Isn't that what you told me?
Yes, ma'am.
That was the first
And Blaine, well, how many times did you take his car?
Twice.
Well, what time did you take the car the first time?
It was around 12.
And what time did you take the car the second time?
It was probably around 12:30.
Why did you take the car again at 12:30?
That's when we went and got something to drink. The first time it was Blaine, and we just rode with him.
So the first time you went with Blaine, you went to Whataburger.
Yes.
And you drove the car back.
Yes.
And Blaine got a soda.
Yes.
And a half hour later, you got thirsty.
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
You know how ridiculous that sounds? Sounds ridiculous. Now, what happened to your car?
Apparently, they messed up the valves. I don't know exactly what happened.
I don't know exactly what happened either.
Apparently, the engine code was a speed code. What the guy at the Volkswagen dealership said.
You can't tell me what the guy at the Volkswagen dealership said. That's hearsay.
Can I tell you what his mom told me?
Absolutely.
When I talked with Sherry, she told me that Brandon had admitted to her that he...
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
All those 9 people were drinking Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Nobody was drinking alcohol.
No.
Nobody was smoking weed.
No.
Nobody was doing anything that they shouldn't have been.
No.
Just having a party.
Yes.
And later today...
You have a contract with a loan, don't you?
No.
No?
You should, especially when you're dealing with your daughter and a slick husband.
only reason he...
I'm speaking. Don't you see my mouth moving, smart mouth?
Yes, ma'am.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Karen McGill says her son's friend, 17-year-old Brandon Little, took her car without permission and blew the engine. Karen claims Brandon admitted to racing the vehicle.
Go ahead.
He did drive the car, and that I shouldn't be taking this up with her because it would be between Brian and Brandon.
You indicate here that somebody told your son that he was driving recklessly, but I don't have that person here.
I tried to call Jared as our witness because he was in the car with Brandon.
Is that right?
Yes.
Get up. Well, now he's going to be my witness. Up here.
And I tried to get Blaine to come also.
Well, I don't care what you tried. This is a court. I need witnesses. You know, I need people here that I can question. Like, how many times were you in the plaintiff's car that night?
One time.
Which time?
The second time.
Had anybody been drinking alcohol that evening?
No.
Had anybody been smoking weed that evening?
No.
Anybody been doing anything else that they shouldn't have been that evening?
No.
Everybody was nice and clean that evening?
Yes.
Did your mother know that you planned to have people over that night?
Yes.
She gave you permission to have how many people? Look at me.
At the most 9.
At the most 9. She
Yeah.
gave a specific number?
No, I don't know how many people were there, but at the most it was around 9.
And what you're telling me is that all those 9 people were drinking Coca-Cola?
Yes.
Nobody was drinking alcohol?
No.
Nobody's smoking weed?
No.
Nobody's doing anything that they shouldn't have been?
No.
Just having a party?
Yes.
Good. Now, you were in the car with him for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Describe how he was driving.
He was driving
Look at
around.
me.
He was driving okay. He stalled it a couple times, but that was about it.
Well, what did he say when the car kept stalling out?
Nothing. He just turned it back on.
Didn't say, oh, you know, something's wrong with this car.
Not that I remember.
Not that you remember. Just, you were just having your Coke.
Yes.
Did you open your Coke at the store, or did you wait until you got home?
I opened it at the store.
And did you finish it in the store?
No.
You finished it in the car?
At home.
So you put it in the holder and waited until you got home?
We bought the big ones.
How big?
Like, you know, like the big gulps. Like.
Did you share it with anybody when you got
No.
home? You drank it all by yourself?
Yes.
This is your lesson. Don't let anybody else drive your car.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have to be satisfied, since he had your permission to drive the car.
He didn't have my permission.
Yeah, I believe he did. And you knew that he had driven the car back. And you gave other people permission to drive your car that evening.
The only person I gave permission to drive my car was Blaine.
I wouldn't give anybody permission to drive a car that wasn't fully paid for. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a feeling that there was more going on there than young Master Jared over there is prepared to tell me. But without some indication that he drove your car, because I believe he had permission to drive the car. He may not have had your permission. Maybe Blaine gave him permission. You gave permission to Blaine. Blaine said, here, take the keys and drive home. So he didn't steal your car. He didn't take your car.
We're not saying he stole it.
What?
We're not claiming he stole it. We're just saying he drove it recklessly.
Well, we don't know that because there are no witnesses that say he drove it recklessly. So I can't find him liable for those 2 reasons. A, he had permission, and B, there is no proof that he drove the car recklessly. So you fixed the car, you better pay your mother back the money. Case is dismissed. That's it.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He was in 5th and went to downshift into 4th and put it in 2nd on the highway.
I didn't race this car.
He always told me he was going to admit that he did it.
I'm just a little confused why Jared would lie about the situation.
He did have to pay for it, but like I said, he loaned the keys out to my son, so.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Estrada versus Castillo. Step forward, please.
Plaintiffs Daniel and Deborah Estrada are suing their daughter, homemaker Yvonne Castillo, and her estranged husband Stephen for an unpaid loan to buy a house. The Castillos claim the money was a gift.
Miss Castillo, is this your husband?
Yes.
Are you separated or are you together?
Separated.
How long have you been separated?
For 4 months.
According to the complaint, you made a loan to your daughter and her husband in the amount of $5,100, and they did not pay you back.
Correct.
And you say that this was not a loan, but a gift.
Yes.
And you say anything? Do you say anything?
Yes, I talk. It was a gift.
What date did you give them this $5,100 and why?
We loaned them the money in order for them to help them out so they could purchase a house.
Why did they need $5,100?
Well, they had bills that needed to be paid off before they were able to purchase a house. And
how did you know that?
Well, they informed us that they had bills.
Well, that's what I want to hear about.
We wanted to help them out in purchasing the house, so we offered to help them, you know, with a loan to pay off their bills.
You're not following me. Maybe she should talk.
Yes.
Okay, we have a rental house, and we decided to take out a equity loan, refinance the house, and I told my husband, why don't we help Steve and Yvonne buy a house?
When did you tell Steve and Yvonne?
That was sometime before September of last year.
Tell me the conversation.
We asked them, if we loan you the money, how could you pay us back? So we talked about if they bought a house using the equity or using their income tax return, and they agreed to the conditions.
Okay, and now I'll hear you.
But it wasn't a loan. I mean, it wasn't a gift. It was a gift, not a loan.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Go ahead.
Don't get to the bottom line first.
Okay.
Tell me what your recollection is, Yvonne, about the conversation that you had with your mother.
Debbie said,
look at me,
that if they gave us $25,000 for a down on a house, it would have to be in where they say in Moreno Valley. And that once we bought a house, we would have to, the taxes, like 4 years of taxes that we get on the house that we buy, we would have to give to them.
So that if they gave you the money, because you'd be saving a certain amount of money on your taxes if you owned a house and had a mortgage, for the next 4 years you would give them back the money that you got on your tax returns.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
I'm not asking you anything. And what did you say?
We both agreed that yes, that would be
satisfactory. So they didn't give you $25,000, but they gave you $5,100 towards the 25?
Yes.
It was given. We helped fix the Holly house she was speaking of. We helped fix that house, and that was a $5,000 that was given to us to fix that credit that we had to do.
Is that what happened, Yvonne?
That's the way I see it also.
That's not what I asked you. Was that the agreement?
No.
No. How long after you got this $5,100 did the two of you separate?
About 5 months after.
You have children?
Yes.
How many?
2.
Do you work?
No.
And you were working 2 jobs?
Yes, ma'am.
And still having difficulty paying off your bills?
No, the bills are paid.
Well, they're paid with the $5,100.
Yeah, well, I never would have took the money if I knew I had to pay it back. I couldn't afford to pay it back.
Well, what were you going to do with the bills, Steve?
Well, in time, I would pay them
What
off.
were you going to do with the bills?
I was going to pay them off in
Right,
time.
in time you were going to pay them off.
Right.
And the bills were being accumulated with how much interest?
I don't know.
How much interest were they charging you on the $5,100?
There was no time period of paying it back.
Right.
There was no...
Just listen to me. So you intended to pay back the credit card company, and here they were giving you an opportunity to clean up your credit, getting rid of credit cards with 12 and 14% interest, and all you had to do when you got your income tax returns, pay them back. That sounds like a bargain to me. Doesn't that sound like a bargain to you?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't? Well,
No.
explain that to me. Bert and I would really like to hear that. One that's costing you 14% and one that's costing you nothing. Would you say the one that's costing you nothing is a bargain?
Right, if it's a loan, yes.
It's a loan.
If a
Your
loan-
wife says it's a loan.
There's no contract. You have a contract with a loan, don't you?
No. You should, even when you're dealing with your daughter, especially when you're dealing with your daughter and a slick husband. But very often, you don't. You have an agreement. And the agreement, as long as there is an offer and an acceptance and a meeting of the minds, that's a contract. Only certain things you have to have in writing by law, like selling property Land. You
The only
need that.
reason he
I'm speaking. Don't you see my mouth moving, smart mouth?
Yes, ma'am.
Your wife says that there was an agreement that you did not put into your statement that said that they were going to give you this money and you were going to pay it back with your income tax refund over 4 years. She's not a liar, is she?
No.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000, which is the total amount that I could give you, sir. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's it.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Listen to me. Listen to me. You separated? You might want to think twice about getting back together with him. He's a little slick for me.
Parties are excused. You may step out. One on the calendar in the matter of Walsh, Webb versus Mack. Parties are sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. Walsh, for some reason which you will explain to me, you were visiting the defendant. You're a neighbor of hers?
Yes.
And you had with you a backpack.
Yes.
It's your claim that you left the backpack in her house and she refuses to give it back to you.
Yes.
And within that backpack, among other things, were your girlfriend's jewelry, rings and diamonds and valuables that you alleged that you were taking to be cleaned?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
So you're suing her for $2,000, the return or value of the property. The defendant says she didn't know what devil you're talking about, that you came into her apartment to use her phone. You didn't leave anything there. And she's counterclaiming because she said you and your girlfriend have been going all over town calling her a thief, among other things. How long have you been her neighbor, Mr. Walsh?
For 7 months.
Okay, and how long have you been living there, Miss Mack?
Since '98.
Is this an apartment building?
Yes.
Now, on what date do you claim you were visiting Miss Mack?
This was like the 22nd. Well, prior to this incident, I visited her several times on different occasions.
What were you visiting her for?
We were just hanging out, talking, having drinks.
You were friends?
Yes.
Did you become friends before or after you moved in?
After.
You didn't know her before?
No.
So you've known her for about 7 months?
As a matter of fact, I've been seeing her for about 7 months. I've only known her for about, 2.5 months.
What do you mean you've been seeing her?
Seeing her as a neighbor, speaking to her as a neighbor.
Okay, but it's been 2.5 months that you've been going there occasionally and hanging out?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Talk to me.
On the 22nd, I was over her house. It was a Sunday.
22nd of?
September.
Go ahead.
It was a Sunday. I didn't know at the time that I had a warrant out for my arrest, which when I left her house, I got picked up on that warrant.
For what?
It was just something personal with me and my family. Something me and my family is going through.
What?
A domestic violence.
Okay. So you were arrested on the 22nd of September,
Yes.
after you left her house?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, I left my things there.
This is the day that you allege that you left this backpack there?
My backpack and my CD bag as well, yes.
Let's go step by step. You went in to visit.
Yes.
How long did you stay?
I was there for several hours.
What were you doing?
We were just hanging out talking.
And then it was time for you to leave?
No, it wasn't time for me to leave. I told her I'd be back. I stepped out for a minute.
What did you step out for?
To go home.
To go home for what?
To go home and see my family, just to go home. I had seen my daughter and I was worried about her and I went home. But in the process of me going home.
Just a second.
Yes.
How old was your daughter?
17 months.
When you left your home for, where was your daughter?
I never left home. I was always hanging out with her until I left. That's when I got arrested.
What do you mean you went to see about your daughter?
I went to go check on my daughter.
Who was with her?
Her mother.
The same mother that was having you arrested for domestic violence?
That one.
Raise your hand if that person is in the room today.
Right here. But I don't.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going, sir.
Basically, I went to
Basically,
jail.
I'm not getting the whole story, and I want to tell you something. When I don't get the whole story, that is not a good thing for you. So let's go. You his wife?
No.
His girlfriend, the mother of his 17-month-old?
Yes.
You were having him arrested for domestic violence, is that right?
Yes.
He's next door hanging out with the neighbor, according to him, and in his possession is a backpack containing all your jewelry. Is that right?
Yes.
And you were taking to have cleaned.
Yes.
You understand what I mean when I'm not getting the whole story? Stupid isn't written here, sir.
I had already had.
Stupid is not written here.
Oh, God.
Keep going. I love it as we make it up as we go along. So you got the jewelry that's in the backpack that you're taking to have clean that belongs to your girlfriend who was in the process of calling the police to have you arrested. Keep going. Keep going. So you go and you check up on your 17-month-old daughter, and what happened? You got arrested.
I got arrested.
Next.
I called Juanita from jail and told her that I was arrested to give my things to my mother because I knew she wouldn't give them to her.
You knew she wouldn't give them to her.
I knew she wouldn't give them to my girlfriend.
Why not?
Because she told me she wouldn't.
What do you mean she told you she wouldn't?
She told me, I'm not giving nothing to her. I'll give it to your mother or your son or somebody else.
Why is that?
Because she didn't want to give it to her.
Why?
Judge, I don't know.
Because she was afraid I was going to find out what was going on between them two.
Oh.
Anyway.
Shh.
So my mom called her.
What were you doing with her jewelry?
Like I said, I was taking to get it clean. I had it for a couple of days in my backpack, though. Okay. All right.
Get it.
It was Judge.
Go ahead.
My mom called her, talked to her. My mom told me, yeah, she said she would be willing to meet me to give me your backpack. And so when my mom did finally get back with her, she started saying she didn't know what she was talking about. I've never been to her house before, and all this started coming up.
So, keep going.
So I went and did a small claims because, I mean, a lot of my personal things was in my backpack, which I'm taking a major loss on.
What were you doing in her house?
Like I said, we've been hanging out.
You've been hanging out. Have you been intimate with her?
No.
Well, she seems to think you've been intimate.
Well, of course she's going to think that.
Of course she's going to think that. You were just hanging out. Couldn't you find someplace else to hang out? Huh?
I mean, we had just moved out there. I don't know anyone.
They were having domestic violence problems, entertaining our neighbors in the community. On the 26th, me and Miss Webb had a verbal altercation. It was me, my daughter was out there, and this lady sitting here, and several other little kids.
What was the fight about?
Because she said that he gave me his backpack. One day, I say around mid-September, he did ask me if he could use my phone because he was locked out of their house. And I had seen him coming and going. I brought my phone out to the front porch and let him use the phone. He's never been inside my house, ma'am. The night before, when we had the altercation, me and her, the next morning, I get up to go to work. I work 2 jobs. My tires were slashed. Both our tires were slashed, both mine and Miss Webb's tires were slashed. And I have the police report right here. This is a log of my caller ID log from my phone, all the numerous of calls that I've been receiving from them, from her phone number, from the phone booth, and how many times the housing authority told me that if he can prove that I have their backpack, that he would evict me. So I'm worried about losing my housing because of a lie that he told this girl. And I had to have my phone number changed within 3 days of each other because of the calls from them.
Okay, now, Miss Webb, how long have you been with him?
5 years.
In the 5 years that you've been with him, how many times has he been in jail?
Twice.
When?
Ooh. A year ago.
For how long?
For a year.
For what?
Possession.
Of what?
Of controlled substance, marijuana.
I'll leave it with possession of controlled substance. Okay? That I believe.
Okay.
When else was he in jail?
And domestic violence.
What does he do for a living?
At the time, he's not working.
When was the last time he had a full-time job, 9 to 5?
A month ago.
And how long did he have that job for?
About 2 weeks.
When was the last time he held a job for more than 3 months? 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Right before he went to jail a year ago.
So how does he support himself? Want to tell me that?
He gets a check.
He gets a check from what?
From the state.
What's the nature of his disability?
That I don't know. Mental, I don't know. You have to ask him that or he get the check.
No, why do you get a check?
For mental.
For what?
Just have problems, Your Honor. But I would like to say something.
Yeah.
I do have a surprise witness that will let you know.
I'm here.
That
I'm
will
ready.
let you know.
I'm ready.
That will let you know that we've been knowing each other for some time.
Fine. Bring in the witness.
Thank you.
The person's name?
My mom, Joan Walsh.
She had a conversation with her on the phone, and at the time they had a conversation, she said she will return her items. And at the...
Bring her in.
Walsh?
Your Honor.
Just a minute.
Oh, okay.
All right, Miss Seth.
Miss Walsh, how long do you know the defendant, Miss Mack?
I don't.
How many times have you met her?
Never.
Never seen her in person except for today?
Never.
Did you ever speak to her on the phone?
Yes, I did.
Who called who?
She called me on the 18th of September and on the 22nd of September.
Okay, and what did she say to you on the 18th of September?
That she was a friend of my son's. She asked me, was he there? I asked her who was calling, because I'm the mother of 6 adult children. I don't answer any questions. And I asked who was calling. Oh, I'm a friend. I'm the one that he's been over my house. And at that time, she told me her name was Regina. And then the following Sunday when she called me, she said Regina again at first. But
Yes.
I let her know that I was speaking with my son on the other line. And she said, well, I just finished talking to him, and he wants me to give you his belongings. I said, what are the belongings? She told me 2 bags. And I said, okay. I said, well, can you call me back because I'm speaking with my son, and I don't know how long he can remain on the phone. And I spoke with him about 20 minutes. And when I hung up, no one else had called me, and I started 69 her back. And I let her know how I had called her. And I asked her when could we meet so I can get my son's belongings. And she told me she would call me back. And when I talked back with her, she told me that she didn't know nothing about it. That she didn't know him or anything. This was her words. Then a couple of days later, I had gotten her number, and I called her on the 25th. And I asked her...
Where did you get her number from?
From my son.
Well, I thought you said you star 69 the number.
That Sunday.
I understand that.
Yeah, that Sunday. But
Just a second, but I
Yes.
understand that. But that was a person who identified themselves as a person by the name of Regina.
I know, but when I clicked back over from my son...
Yes.
He told me who she was, and then I told her.
He told you, but she said, or the person who called you said their name was Regina.
I know. And
Twice. Both times that the person called. Her name's not Regina.
I know, but what I'm saying is when I clicked back over to let my son know that she was on the other line, this is when he said, not Regina, Mom. He said, Juanita. And when I clicked back over, and she just said yes. And a couple of days later, she said, oh, Regina's my friend down the road or something, you know.
Did you speak to her on the phone?
No, ma'am. Never.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He told your story. I don't believe that you're in the process of having him arrested for domestic violence and he's schlepping your jewelry to a jeweler to have it cleaned. That's the first lie. Everything else after that is downhill.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Horace Walsh is accusing neighbor Juanita Mack of stealing a backpack that contained his girlfriend's jewelry. Horace says he was taking the jewelry to get cleaned.
Okay, I'll take a look at it.
This is where she starts 69 at, the highlights when she called her.
You're talking about the September 22nd call where they don't have a full number, just a 521?
Yes.
Am I correct?
That's when I started her back. They put the little stars on there.
So they put the little stars there so that you can't tell what the number is. Is that right?
No, so I can't call her. Yes.
That's all I want to know. Am I correct? You cannot tell, or am I reading this right? You cannot tell what number she starts 69. Is that right?
Can't tell the last 4 digits.
And then on the 25th of September,
yes,
your son gave you her number. Is that right?
No, he gave it to me on the 24th, and I called
Or
her
the
on
24th?
Yes.
Right. Thank you very much. You can have a seat.
Thank you.
Then also, can I say something?
Sure.
I have a card from the case management at the housing where we live, where he was calling the housing, and they informed me where he was and where my stuff was, because they said they have seen him come in and out her house.
You can't tell me what they said.
Well, she just...
You can't tell me what they said. That's hearsay. Okay. Listen to me. I don't believe his story that he had your jewelry in a backpack because he was taking it to have it cleaned. That's the first lie. Everything else after that is downhill. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Because he was taking it to be.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that you're in the process of having him arrested for domestic violence and he's schlepping your jewelry to a jeweler to have it cleaned.
But this happened some weeks ago.
What I'm telling you is, I don't believe that part of his story. And he said it to me with the same straight face as he's telling me the rest of it. I don't know whether she has your property or not. How am I supposed to tell? How am I supposed to tell? His mother never saw this person. His mother never saw her. Maybe he went to somebody else's house whose name is Regina, who lives 3 doors away. How do I know that?
And then also.
And she doesn't know that either because she never met her.
But then also when we was arguing, her daughter was yelling, "That's why he was over here. You should keep your man on a leash." And
so he told your story. He told your story. You better stop talking about her. That's not accomplishing anything. Are you living in the same place?
Yes.
Well, you know, you want to make your lives miserable or you want to make your lives reasonable?
I don't even talk to her. She the one goes out telling the neighbors what we're going through. The neighbors didn't know nothing about it until she's outside performing in front of the neighbors.
Let me ask this question. What are you going through with him?
Nothing. With us.
With us, no, she's going around telling the neighbors
about
our situation, our case, where we're going through. We going to court and all that. So,
going to court for what?
What were we here for?
What we're here
you mean
now.
this case?
Yeah.
So you don't tell anybody that she's a thief?
We haven't said anything
I haven't
about
said
her.
anything to
Fine.
anybody about
Did
it.
you advise the housing authority that she had in fact stolen your property?
Well, the housing authority contacted me and told me where my belongings was. I didn't know nothing about it because when he left my house, that's when the police picked him up. And then that's when the housing authorities called me and told me he's been at Juanita's Mac house because that's where he's been calling from.
How do they know? The housing authority told you that your stuff was there because she told them that and then she denies it to the housing authority? You don't know. Listen, I don't know where your stuff is and I don't know where your jewelry is, quite frankly. I don't know. I can't decide whether or not she has your stuff. His story doesn't make any sense to me at all. His story, totally senseless. Doesn't have a ring of truth to it from the very beginning. So how am I supposed to take pieces of it that I don't believe and put together with pieces that I do believe to determine that she's a thief, that she took your property and won't return it? And I don't believe that in that bag was your jewelry on the way to the jeweler to have it steamed. Don't believe it. So your case is dismissed. Now, as far as your counterclaim is concerned, I have no idea whether or not she's been torturing you and harassing you. If she has been, I suggest you file a criminal complaint. Well, listen to me. I suggest if she has been harassing you on the telephone, that is a felony, that you file a criminal complaint. Do you understand? Yes. The two of you live together in the same complex. If you want to make each other's lives and your family's lives miserable, you'll continue to do so. If you file a criminal complaint, and if there is a hearing, and if either one or both of them are convicted of harassing you, you certainly have leave to come back to any small claims court and file a civil complaint. Do you understand? Yes. Perfect. Good. So your counterclaim is dismissed. Goodbye.
Parties up, please.
Daycare worker Angela Rue is suing limo company owner Paul Ginsberg for a refund of his fee. Angela claims the limo he provided for her twin son's prom was filthy.
Mr. Ginsberg, how many limousines do you have in your fleet?
9.
Mrs. Rue, you reserved a limousine for your boy's prom, is that right?
Yes.
From Mr. Ginsberg's company. How did you find his company?
Off the internet.
These are your two boys?
Yes, ma'am.
When did they graduate? This past June?
Yes.
And when was their prom?
May the 22nd.
And what did you reserve?
A 6-passenger limo, a new model Lincoln limo for my kids.
Did he tell you how much it would be?
$428 for a party package limo.
Is that what a party package is, sir? $428?
We don't have party packages as per se. A party package is how they dress up a limousine. But it's by the hour, times however many hours, plus tax and tip.
What did he tell you that they would have in the limo to dress it up?
It would be like a party scene, balloons, confetti and everything like that. Little soft drinks in there.
And what time is it supposed to arrive?
7 o'clock.
What time did it arrive?
7:15.
So what's the problem?
The problem is when the limo got there, I'm expecting a new limousine. Like it had a broken tail light. The car was dirty. The tinted windows had bubbles all up in it. Inside of the limo, it had a cut. which it had a chocolate bar inside. I didn't know that until later after my son got to the prom and he sit on it and got out and had a big old chocolate stain on his tux.
Did you take photographs of it?
Yes, ma'am.
May I see them, please?
This is the, so I don't know if this is all this inside.
Miss Rue, did you prepay this limousine the $428?
I paid it as it arrived there. I paid it.
The inside doesn't look so bad to me.
But inside...
What do you think?
Hard to tell from here, to be honest with you.
Sure is. Son looks pretty good in the tux. Pretty girl. Whose date was that? Yours?
Yes.
Still with her?
Huh?
Huh?
Shut up.
Loving her? Oh, the outside has these little bubbles in it. Is that what you're talking about?
Funky.
Yes, and I also have a videotape of
Okay,
it,
so
too.
now I'll take a look at the videotape, because so far I see a broken taillight, but nothing that strikes me as being disastrous, quite frankly.
And they said, see this real. We might can live with that, but for $400, you need to get your discount or something. See here, look. Look, ain't this trash up in this here corner? See this tail light? It's flashing and it's white, okay? I just want to put this on the camera. Tail light's broken. Left hand side blinking is blinking white, not red. I should have been a lawyer. Bringing me some cases.
Did you have a good time at your prom?
Yes.
Did you have a good time at your
Yes.
prom? Sure you did. Did you rent your tuxedo?
Mm-hmm.
You brought it back with the chocolate stain?
No, we went in the bathroom and cleaned up.
You paid $428 for 6 hours. Now you're suing Mr. Ginsburg for $5,000. You want to explain that to me, Mrs. Rue?
For hardship.
What kind of hardship?
Because this only happened once in a lifetime for my kids, a prom. This is a remembrance
The boys
moment.
had a good time at their prom.
After they cleaned up the chocolate off his pants and was disappointed because of the limo.
Ms. Rue, I don't know if you've ever seen me do cases involving limousine companies around prom time. I am very, very hard on a limousine company that overbooks, that disappoints kids, that doesn't get there in time, that sends the wrong kind of car, that doesn't send a car that's large enough to accommodate. I'm really tough on them because I think that that's, you know, without a conscience if you do that to kids and you disappoint them and don't provide a service. But quite frankly, life isn't perfect. And while this limousine probably could have been spruced up a little bit more, and while clearly I saw a tiny cut in the seat, you say there was some chocolate, something in there that got on your son's pants. He said he went into the bathroom, cleaned it up, and then you went and you had a great time at your prom. Fair statement?
Yes.
The only one that didn't have a good time was you. And you have to teach your children the following. You have to teach your children that there are things that you get excited about in this life and that aggravate you in this life, and there are things that you just pass over. And you say, listen, things could have been better. You had a great time. Glad you had a great time. Next time we won't use Mr. Ginsburg's company.
Exactly.
That's all. But you're not entitled to $4,500 for your aggravation.
I understand that.
Right. And when you went and followed him and he had a broken tail light, there was a white light instead of a red light, I guarantee you your children didn't know that. The only ones that knew that were the people that were following him, videotaping for sort of sport, this event. So, Mr. Ginsburg, let me explain to you, you got off lucky, sir. Because while things could have been neater in your limousine, you probably have to spruce up your fleet a little bit. You're entitled to your $428. You provided a service for the 6 hours. The boys had a good time. And their mother has to get over it. That's all. Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.